Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Speak On It podcast. This is a special talk edition. We have unfinished business, our video game bracket of madness. We must progress. This episode will be nothing but video game talk. And of course, we got a full house because the battle lines have been drawn. So we're going to get right to it. I'm going to bring in the mad producer, Podcast Poppy, in the building.
March Madness bracket in August is my favorite. Can't wait.
We're gonna bring in my man Breezy.
Yes. Yes, I agree with you, Dylan. Yeah, man. We got unfinished business, man. We've been meaning to get back to this, so I'm excited. Let's get to it. Season 2.
Got my man Enoch in the building.
Going on, guys?
West.
You gonna say hi to the people, or you not talking?
I said, what's going on?
No, he said gang sign.
Yeah.
Wow.
and we have a full house tonight. All the way in. It's his first time diving into this video game bracket of madness. My man Roz is in the building. Let's go.
Let the controversy begin. I'm ready for it. Bring it on, Roz.
The best part about this is we can't have any ties. Because
no
that kind
ties
of overlap
tonight.
time we did this.
Wait, we had a tie, right?
We had a couple ties that we need Roz to kind of nip in the butt.
Yeah, so should we start with the tie?
No, because I didn't go.
Well, listen.
Oh, okay.
When you ride down Highway Big Bus 77, you don't even have to press your foot on the gas. You don't have to worry about gas or brakes. You just get in your car and collect $19 million. Don't even gotta do nothing.
Shout out to Mackay.
Come on down.
For those of you at home, that's a Jets reference.
Come on down. Easy as 19 million, you're making your whole life.
All it takes is just a couple dislocated kneecaps and fractured kneecaps, and bam, here you are. Play 14 games and a snap of a game. Can't forget that. The 5 minutes played in game 2 of last season. Can't forget that.
Fully insured, man. Paid every penny.
Every penny.
Workers' comp is a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go over the rules real quick. Like I said, it's Roz's first time in here. We got the bracket laid out. I will be reading the contest. It's bracket style, so one-on-one matchups. The games will be presented. The floor will be open. Make a case for that game, whichever one you're for. The rest of the panel will decide which game is better. We will take a vote. There's no ties tonight. If you have not played said game, you just listen to the arguments being made and decide which game you would rather play. It's really simple. We will have no shenanigans like we did last time.
No guarantees. Somebody's still mad Mega Man X beat fucking.
There's no world where Mega Man X should beat them.
Should beat what again? What did it beat?
It beat Metal Gear Solid 2.
Bro, come on, man. Is Metal Gear Solid in the arcade?
Michael.
A lot of these games.
Michael.
We're not talking about a lot of these games. I asked you a question. Is it in the arcade? No. It's not. All right.
No, it is.
Thank you.
But since you want to go down that route, we will start our contest tonight with a game that was an arcade game versus a game. I don't think this game was an arcade. I'm not sure. But our first matchup of the evening, Street Fighter 2 versus Resident Evil 4.
I don't think this is even like a competition here.
So we're starting off with an easy one.
Yeah,
It's a warm up. It's a warm
Okay,
up.
it's a warm up.
it's just a nice little meatball right down the middle for us to just hit this right out of the fucking park here. If you're not going to pick Resident Evil 4, just raise your hand.
What's the matchup?
I mean, Street Fighter. I had just put it up on the screen. Should pop up on the screen any second now. Any second now.
Oh,
Street Fighter 2 is sick, but like, no.
Very.
No.
No. No. Sorry.
I mean, I kind of see where the panel's going. Do we want to at least give Street Fighter 2 some respect and just like
Street Fighter 2 is a classic, though. I don't know, bro.
I thought
It is
was
a classic.
game.
It is definitely a classic.
Street Fighter 2 is a classic. I think Street Fighter 2 is more of a classic if there was. I think Street Fighter 2 might have a chance to get the nod if we were doing arcade only, because Street Fighter 2 in the arcade is a whole nother animal than Street Fighter.
Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's an experience. And
Yes.
so it's not fair, I'm thinking about. Get.
This is how I feel. I'm kind of biased when it comes to this because I kind of checked out on Resident Evil after 3. So it's not much of an argument for me. You can stamp me. I'm picking Street Fighter. I'm sorry. And I'll die on that ledge.
Ooh.
The Chung Li kicks in Street Fighter 2. Yeah.
The sad part about it is, James, you will be dying on this hill because there's 3 people here who are not letting this pass. At least 3 people here are not letting that shit pass. Love Street Fighter 2. M. Bison's a fucking bad motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Resident Evil 4 is one of those generational games that come out every so often where it's like, all right.
Correct.
You can't let this pass. Like,
see, Street Fighter's up against a monster, and it's not fair. Like, maybe if it was like Street Fighter versus like the original Mortal Kombat,
if it's against other fighting games, then it's like, okay, we have a legitimate argument here. But this type of game that Resident Evil 4 is
was when it came out,
and still is.
Was.
They got a remake coming out next year.
It's a tough fight. It's a tough fight.
It's Mike Tyson in his prime. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's like watching Peter Yan beat the shit out of Jose Aldo for fucking 5 straight rounds, and Herb Dean just lets it happen. It doesn't step in.
Resident Evil 4
I don't think this is that bad.
Stuff right now.
I know this is bad.
It's not that bad.
It is that. I think I'm gonna tell you why it is that bad. Listen, Resident Evil 4 at one point was considered by many of the reputable sources and reviewers of video game history at the height of its stuff was considered the second best game of all time. Let's think about that. Someone actually uttered that Resident Evil 4 was the second best game of all time. That's a
stretch.
Now, think about this. Resident Evil 4, I would argue, isn't even the best Resident Evil in the series. But
I was going to say that.
But that's because Resident Evil 2 Remake came out. That's recent. But up until there, Resident Evil 4, you could argue, was the best Resident Evil of all series. It tied everything together. It had everything for everybody. It had the environment. It had the mechanics. It had the graphics. It had the storyline. It had one of the greatest, sub-characters, which was, I believe, the Merchant. The Merchant was a fan favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You also had, for the first time, someone basically being that first scene that you step into Resident Evil when the whole entire village attacks you.
Yep.
Was something that was never seen at the time. It was terrifying. You had a fan favorite character from the greatest Resident Evil up to that point, which was Leon, Resident Evil 2. 3, you could argue, but still, you had one of the best inventory systems in
Don't
Resident
forget
Evil.
801.
you had everything, and you also had, like a multiplayer that was surprisingly good as well too, which was like, why was that good? It's like it's like this. All the
That
developers were in their
Mercenaries was
bag.
dope.
All the developers were in their bag basically when they made Resident Evil 4, and I still think that those people who created it are still eating off that now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
And that whole sequence towards the end of the game with Krauser, where he's just chasing you around the map, like, and you just get into all these little mini fights with him and whatnot, like it. And then even just the fact that, like, the minute they showed that trailer for the remake coming out March of next year, like, that got me so hyped on so many levels.
Like Street Fighter 2 is a continuation of a legendary game, and it was like, okay, that's awesome. Let's see how they do, right? But Resident Evil 4 stands alone by itself, even though it is part of the Resident Evil like lore. It's its own game. Like Street Fighter 2 is a continuation. Like Madden 23 is a continuation of Madden 22. Like, like it's different. It's just different. Resident Evil 4 is just Resident Evil 4. Like, like it's just revolutionary.
Anthony, to be fair, you also got hyped up with the NBA 2K23 trailer. That's literally just going to be the same game over and over again. So let's not act like hype is like a great thing when it comes to you. It's just like, no, man.
Hey, they brought Jordan back, man. They brought the Jordan challenges back.
Who fucking cares? Who cares?
My vote is Resident Evil.
My vote is also Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 4.
I was going to give Street Fighter the sympathy vote, but I mean, the case was just laid out so well. so well.
Mike is just trying to get me because of the Mega Man thing.
A beast. I wasn't expecting to be on this list. Resident Evil 4 is a beast, though. That's a tough game.
That was a unbelievable. Roz came out swinging. That was a great argument for Resident Evil 4, making me think
didn't even have to do a thing.
Making me rethink the seeding. I'm like, maybe Resident Evil 4 as a 3 seed is insulting. Maybe it shouldn't be a 3 seed. Maybe I should have had it as the 1 seed.
I don't know, man. That's a.
But I will just
play that game, James. Play that game. You need to play that remake, though.
Put this in, and we will move on to our next game.
I'm going to tell you guys right fucking now that I'm going Tekken 3 over Mortal Kombat. And it all starts and stems from this Brazilian dude who does capoeira named Eddie Gordo. Eddie fucking Gordo being the cheapest motherfucker you'll ever pick up in a fighting game. All you have to do is just fucking slap the control of the buttons. You're doing some type of dangerous combo, and all of a sudden you're a problem. Eddie Gordo is baby's first fighter, and it's the best. But Jin Kazama making his fucking debut, who fights completely different in Tekken 3 than he does in Tekken 4, 5, 6, completely everything else, because he's still fighting the same style that his fucking mom fights in the goddamn game. You get to learn the lore of Jin and Kazuya and Jun and Heihachi and all those motherfuckers, how they're fucking... God, their family tree's all fucked up. It's a great story. It's one of the better stories in a fighting game before it was cool. Before it was cool, where Mortal MK9 comes out and really has like a sick story. Like, you care about Jin and the Devil Gene and all that shit going into Tekken 4 and Tekken Tag Tournament and fucking Tekken 5, all that shit. Tekken 3's sick. Mortal Kombat's awesome, but this version of Mortal Kombat can't stand with Tekken 3.
God, you go first.
I'm gonna make this quick. I'm not a Tekken fan in any way, shape, or form, so I'm going with Mortal Kombat at this point.
Oh, not at all?
No. I've played every fighting game, gotten to every fighting game.
You've clearly never played with Eddie Gordo.
Never played with Eddie Gordo. Have you ever played with Jax?
I never got into the Tekken style.
Jack 2, fucking Proto Jack. fucking Yoshimitsu. God damn it. Fucking Heihachi Mishima, fucking Kazuya. Kazuya, mind you, motherfucker, is in fucking Smash Brothers.
Tekken is just too up close and personal for me. I like being able to jump around. I like there being space when I fight. And Tekken is just too all up in your face. Never got into that shit. Like,
so you get mad because the game forces you to throw hands?
Yeah.
I'm not mad about that.
My fucking favorite fighter, Horong. Horong makes his debut in fucking Tekken 3. That motherfucker's sick. Him and fucking Baktosan? Fuck you. What? What?
Paul.
Oh, Paul with the fucking high top fade? Mm-hmm. What biker dude you know got a high top fade like he's fucking Gerald from fucking Hey Arnold?
the most Tekken I ever played was Street Fighter versus Tekken. That was the most Tekken I've ever played.
Sucks.
That game was amazing. I fucking love that game. I fucking love that game.
God damn.
I love Tech. When you guys are getting me like in my memory, yo, I love Tekken 1 on the original Sony PlayStation.
Tekken 3 is so good.
Tekken Arcade is a whole nother experience too. It's like with so
I used to wait in a goddamn line to get a chance to play fucking Tekken at arcade because one, the graphics are so sick for a fighting game on the PlayStation 1 where all the graphics on every game were terrible. But Tekken was fucking good.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I'm gonna give this is very close. I'm gonna give the nod to Mortal Kombat. And I'm gonna say this because Mortal Kombat was so different, right? Even though Tekken is awesome, you still had things like Virtual Fighter. You still had other things that were out there that were like
Virtual Fighter.
At least that were just like rival schools, you know, like things like that were around. That it was like, okay, it was like let's. It's another company, another studio that wanted to take their chance, and they did very good in that genre.
Shout out to Bandai Namco.
Shout out to Bandai Namco. The storyline, like I mentioned, like Dylan mentioned, was one of the best. I remember being completely like sucked into the whole bloodline, the devil gene, everything like that. It was crazy. Here's why I think Mortal Kombat wins, though, even with all that. When Mortal Kombat hit the scene, first of all, when Mortal Kombat hit the scene, it's the first time you've ever seen a game that after you beat your opponent, it wasn't a new round. It wasn't like, oh, we're just going to the next fighter, a la Street Fighter.
You're just fucking dead.
You finished somebody. You had fatalities. And the fatalities were completely gory and crazy. It was a huge, people forget how much of a huge risk that was during the time when it came out.
They wanted to ban it.
Right? They wanted to ban it. As a matter of fact, and here's another reason why I think Mortal Kombat wins for me is the social impact. Mortal Kombat is the reason why we even have ESRB ratings. People forget that. Without Mortal Kombat, there was no inclination of having to go and buy a game because you were needed to be 18 years older or more. That started after Mortal Kombat hit the scene. Because, you know, everybody thought, and family members and legislators and, you know, parents thought, oh, they just play video games and the worst I'm going to see is like Street Fighter. Like, you know, but then Mortal Kombat came and you seen your son free somebody and then knock them into pieces or rip someone's spine out. And they're like, what is going on? Right? The social and cultural impact of Mortal Kombat is unprecedented. And besides a few games, there's none other games that have the same impact. Tekken certainly didn't have that impact. It's a fighter game that's new. It was awesome. You had actual like sprites. You didn't have sprites that were just like little sprites. You had actual people who were modeled during that time, which was crazy. You know, like new moves. It was crazy. I think Mortal Kombat set the tone for having finishing moves at the end of possibly like video games now, where you have to do some special thing. Without Mortal Kombat, that doesn't happen. Like Tekken doesn't move the needle like that. It's just a really great fighter game.
Rebuttal. ESRB was created because of Mortal Kombat, Night Trap, and Doom. Not just Mortal Kombat.
But Mortal Kombat's part of that, though, right?
Yes.
I'm going off my memory.
Night Trap being a game where you kind of just like invaded the girl's home and tried to fucking kidnap her.
Oh yeah,
like that's fucking terrible.
Never heard of that game. Glad I didn't hear that game.
Suspect. And then Doom for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
because it's blood. All the blood. But no, Mortal Kombat's great. I just don't think this version of Mortal Kombat is better than Tekken 3. It's just one of those cases where it's like I think Mortal Kombat has a very strong case. It's just I don't know if this version of Mortal Kombat, because we got damn near one of the best versions of Tekken versus the first iteration of Mortal Kombat. And Mortal Kombat has way better versions than this one.
But again, it's like, and I'll leave it here. It's like Mortal Kombat itself at the time, it's the first iteration.
Yes.
You know? It's like it is the thing that sets the tone, right? Like when the first Call of Duty comes out, it's not the best Call of Duty, but it's the most impactful.
So you're harping on the impact, yeah.
Yeah, because if this were Mortal Kombat versus Tekken, the first Tekken, I'm picking Mortal Kombat hands down.
This ain't even close to me.
But
not even
close. But for me, still, like it's even if it was the first Tekken or not, it's like it changed the gaming industry. There's only so many games that change the gaming industry. I mean, just like Resident Evil 4. It changed it made shockwaves in the game industry. Like
which is why to me Mortal Kombat, that's the only argument Mortal Kombat really has for the OG Mortal Kombat.
That's a huge one.
I know.
That's like
I know.
I was leaning Mortal Kombat, but Dylan's point about Tekken 3 being a better actual game does.
Because that's what I was thinking. I feel like Dylan was going that route, and Raj, you were going the impact route.
Yes. So impact-wise, Mortal Kombat has definitely bigger impact on video games as a whole to this day than Tekken 3 does. But if you compare game versus game and what they actually are, Tekken 3 is a better game. But that's more so because of the time that it came out, where it's also technology's farther advanced, and you have more to work with. That's not Mortal Kombat's fault. But when you're going against a game that's a little bit farther ahead of you and is if not equally as good, a better game. It's a hard argument.
I don't know if it's a better game. I think the experience is different at different times. I think if you had someone who played Mortal Kombat for the first time when it came out versus someone who played Tekken 3 when it came out, I think the impact and the fun that you would have in the game would be very, very similar. The graphics were what they were during the time.
I will tell you this:
you're going off respect. You're going off respective eras.
Literally, you could play the OG Mortal Kombat today and have no issue. Where if you were to play Tekken 3 right now, you'd be like, "Fuck this game."
Yeah,
100%. The
way I look at it, and I promise you this last thing. The way I look at it is like comparing Madden to Tecmo. It's like Tecmo is Tecmo. You know, like it's like Don Beebe, all those guys.
But if I'm comparing Tecmo to Madden 05, then it's just
the graphics is a different game. It's the graphics. It's like, but without Tecmo, it's like moving the needle that way. It's like you wouldn't even imagine. You know, like I don't know. I mean, like
it all depends on which way you go. If you're going for the impact, you have Mortal Kombat. If you're going for the game, I'm going Tekken. Because I think Tekken 3 is a better game than the OG Mortal Kombat.
Okay, so Raj, you're stamping Mortal Kombat?
I got to stamp the OG Mortal Kombat.
Anthony, what are you stamping?
Mortal Kombat.
Dylan?
Tekken 3.
James? Don't do this to me.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat's the winner.
Then I will vote for Tekken 3 because this is very close. And I think it deserves a 3-2.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that too, because Tekken 3 is nothing to sneeze at. That's one of my favorite games of all time. Home and arcade console.
Yes.
Yes, both. Absolutely. Let me
and then you get Tekken 4. You get Brian Fury and fucking fucking Lars and fucking oh God, I love Tekken. I'm gonna play Tekken.
Lars. Oh boy,
Even though I'm not into Tekken like that, I did hear a lot about Lars, that character. So like a lot of people love that dude.
And
Yo,
King,
Brian
Flair is
how the
nasty
fuck
too.
do we forget King?
Oh no,
Motherfucker
King.
with the fucking Jaguar mask. Fucking
Oh yeah, that's the dude with the
luchador.
Jaguar
doing wrestling
dude's
moves.
jacked and everything, right?
Wait.
Yeah.
If you were able to,
Out here
if you
doing
were able
suplexes.
to,
Yeah. No, I did play as him. He was. I like him.
yo,
I like him.
They
I
said
never
Kid
forget.
Black, right?
Yeah,
No,
Yeah,
King is
King's
Spanish.
King is
King is
Spanish.
Spanish.
Though, I think, right?
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're talking about Mac. There's another King that was
Your
actually
Armor King.
Armor King. Yeah. You're talking about Armor King, James, I think. But my thing is, I never forget to this day. I've only seen it like probably twice in my life. I seen a guy in the arcade hit King's like combo that he does with the grapples, and it's like one of those like if you do it correctly, you
It's
just
unfair.
like you just
It's
lose,
unfair.
you just kill them automatically. Like it's a series of grapples that
You just
have to
chain grapples
continue,
together and it's just broken.
and it kills
It's just
everybody. And I
broken.
think it ends with like a gigantic like
Pile
power bomb
driver
or something like that.
Oh
power
yeah.
driver.
Yep, it's a power bomb because he jumps up in the air and after fucking slamming you 3 times and then goes again.
Basically
King,
you're dead.
ahead of his time as a professional wrestler.
Ahead of his time.
King is the Owen Hart of fighting games. Ahead of his time.
Wow.
Ahead of his time.
I was in awe. I was in awe as a kid. I was like, someone actually hit that. I looked at the manual when it said to do it, and
You're
I was
like, I don't even know what the star means. In the fucking
I can't do
combos.
this. I'm like, I can't even do this. How can someone do this? Somebody did it. Whoever you
So
are,
we're
man.
gonna move on. This is gonna be
Very
one of
cool.
those fun ones for me because I know how Dylan and Anthony feel about our number 1 seed in this bracket. And I have not played this particular game, but I have played the other. Dylan, you're gonna have to help me with the title because I don't know what that means again.
Zelda Breath of the Wild versus Batman Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
Batman Arkham Asylum was tough.
It's great, but Zelda Breath of the Wild is unbelievable.
No, I'm stamping Zelda. I'm stamping Zelda too, but like Batman Arkham Asylum. I remember when I first played that. Woo!
Breath of the Wild took a game series in Zelda and was like, nah. We're just starting fresh. We're taking Zelda somewhere it's never been before. We're taking it open world. Think of OG Zelda, where you kind of really don't know what the fuck you're doing. You're just going from panel to panel, exploring. Yeah. Now put that on a grander scale, fucking 40 years into the future on a better console.
Because the thing was, when Twilight Princess, I remember this back in 2006 when the Wii came out, and Twilight Princess launched. You know, people were in awe at how big the game was, how big Hyrule was, how big everything was. And, you know, then after Twilight Princess Skyward Sword came out and it kind of went back to, like, it was a very tight game, you know, and people complained about it. Then Breath of the Wild comes out, and I was there at Target at the launch of the Switch, and I got Breath of the Wild, too. And I remember going home and playing, and I was like, God damn, when does this map end? Like, it was huge. It was huge. I was like, damn.
The level of exploration that you have to have in that game
it was
to
sickening.
Find what you're looking for is unbelievable. The story is fucking great. Going through in each little temple that you have to go through to fight the version of Ganon. I keep forgetting the name of them.
Yeah,
I haven't played it since.
So many different. What were those things?
Calamity.
Yes, Calamity Ganon. Yeah.
Going through and fighting the Calamities is unbelievable. The 4 heroes that you end up meeting, the Goron and I keep forgetting all the names, but that game is just so fucking good.
And then going and collecting all those shrines, going to all those shrines. There's like 200 in there. Just trying to go all those, getting all the different weapon combinations.
And then your weapons fucking break. It puts a level of suspense in the fucking game where it's like you have to be careful and mindful with the weapon that you're using because you can be balls deep into a fight and then your fucking sword break.
Even the Master Sword would, like, you have to recharge it after like 10 minutes. So they didn't even make the Master Sword indestructible.
I went and I was collecting horses and I named them after all of the fucking members of the Wu-Tang Clan. So I would go and get these horses and I had them all. I had Raekwon the Chef. I had the RZA, the Jizza, Old Dirty Bastards. I had them all.
Nah, but I'm not gonna shit on on Batman. I got to give that game
Batman
flowers. That
was
game
so
was
revolutionary for what
that game was revolutionary.
open world games were.
Yeah.
Because that fighting system that Batman put in
those
is
combos,
literally in every fucking game.
It changed my life.
That fighting system is literally in Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, both
one of the greatest games of all time. Shadow of Mordor.
Fantastic.
Is that the first or the second one?
One day we'll talk about that game, Roz.
Oh, that's the first one?
That game also has a great system in it.
I don't know about all time, but it was a phenomenal game.
It's definitely one of the best games of all time. But Shadow of Mordor, Mad
Is it
Max,
top 10?
Fucking no.
Oh, okay.
Mad Max, fucking the Spider-Man games, fucking everything you could think of. Every action game that's out there implemented something from Batman.
That game set the standard. It's literally set the standard.
Yep. Absolutely.
Like that's one thing that Batman, the Arkham series as a whole, will always have over every game that they're against is that battle system is revolutionary.
Yeah.
Because every like games like Infamous, Prototype, fucking all the Spider-Man games beforehand, Shattered Dimensions, fucking all those games were looking for a combat system like that. And Batman came in and perfected.
So I remember when it came out, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, another superhero game!" Shit, like
superhero games were terrible.
Yeah, they were fucking terrible.
And
I was like, "Why did they make that?" And I wasn't looking forward to it. None of the people in my circle were looking forward to that shit. Then it came out. We're seeing all these great reviews. I'm like, "There's no way this game is that good." It's a fucking Batman.
That's when IGN was in that bag. If any game gets like a 9.5 or something on IGN, you know it's that game. And
another very underrated element out of Batman Arkham Asylum is Batman as a fucking detective.
Correct.
Oh yes, I love
Asylum.
Yes.
Did a great job of highlighting Batman as a fucking detective, which a lot of people fucking forget about. They just think Batman's a rich dude who fucks dudes up, but he's actually a detective. He's one of the best detectives in the goddamn world.
Yes, he is.
Shout out to the fucking Batman movie, even though it's 3 hours long.
That movie was amazing.
More on Batman as a goddamn detective.
That was amazing.
Fucking remember that.
Robert Pattinson is Batman. He's Batman.
Bruce Wayne sucks, but his Batman's
all right. Okay.
Settle down, guys.
But
Asylum,
that's
fantastic. But my vote is Breath of the Wild.
Okay. So Dylan is Breath of the Wild. Anthony, what are you stamping?
Breath of the Wild.
Raz?
I gotta go Breath of the Wild, man. It's one of the best Zelda games of all time. It's actually it's one of the best games of all time. And I would only argue that it's one of the best Zelda games only because I'm partial to Majora's Mask.
One. Yeah.
Majora's Mask is fire.
That's not a surprising take. There's a lot of Majora's Mask people out there. Like they swear on that game.
Yeah, I'm also a huge fan of Wind Waker too, which I think.
I am too. I love Wind Waker. I love it so much.
So there you go. Gotta go Breath of the Wild.
Well, there's your three. I was voting for Batman. I don't know who James was voting for. I thought this was going to come down to James, but I guess not.
I'm voting for Batman.
Batman is fire.
Well,
this is another one of those. This is a close fight, but like
too.
One of these is clearly better than the other, even though they're both revolutionary in their own right.
Yeah, one's a better game. Period.
Because Zelda, like, even though Zelda won this, Zelda just changed up how Nintendo made games as a whole. Because now Pokemon games are just Zelda games now.
Yeah, now there's a term literally called Breath of the Wild clone.
Yeah.
Oh, what is it? Sonic Frontiers? That's a new Sonic game coming out. They're trying to make that open world.
That game looks good. That game looks good.
It does.
Good. Can't wait. That game looks crazy.
Yeah.
Also, go see Sonic 2. You go fucking watch Sonic 2. It's on Paramount.
That movie's awesome.
It's on Paramount. I still haven't watched it, Dylan. I'm slacking. Slacking.
That movie's awesome.
Yeah, I'm slacking.
We can fight.
Haven't seen it yet. Let's move on. Anthony, that's a great segue that you brought out, bringing out the new Pokemon. Pokemon being like Zelda, because Pokemon is our next contestant.
Oh, this one's gonna bother
me. Fucking gloves.
This one's
Put on your
bother me.
fucking gloves.
This one bothers the hell out of me because it's like Donkey Kong Country. These are two of my favorite games of all time. They're both in my personal top
Fucking
10 list,
gloves. You're gonna
and
need it.
I wish it was another Pokemon generation, so then I can get away with picking Donkey Kong Country. But because this is the Gold, Silver, Crystal generation, there's just no way I can pick Donkey Kong Country over that. Like that whole second generation is just the pinnacle of Pokemon, and every Pokemon game that came after just didn't live up. As great as some of them were after, they just didn't live up. You just cannot beat going through a whole region, 8 badges, Elite Four, and all that. Then you have a whole entire region to go back to, like 8 more badges, more Pokemon,
Still
16
hasn't
total.
been done. Still hasn't been redone.
Still hasn't been done.
In a new game.
Still has not been done. Most of these games, you're literally playing them. You beat them, beat the Elite Four. They give you like a little chunk of an island that takes like 30 minutes to beat after the game, and then that's it. Just nothing else. They don't even care about post game anymore. And it's just like that generation is like, yeah, we're gonna give you 2 games in one. And then you have to go on top. I forgot what the name of the mountain was.
Mount Silver, and you find fucking Red. And Red's just sitting there with his back turned, just looking into the abyss like a bad motherfucker that he is, with his fucking Charizard, his Blastoise, his Venusaur, his Snorlax, his fucking Pikachu, his
level 81
Pikachu. What a dickhead that he has a fucking level 81 Pikachu that still would fuck you up with everything that you goddamn have. And it's not like you have one of the best.
Did he have Lapras?
Pokemon. Yes, and he has Lapras.
Yeah, Lapras, yeah.
No, he has Lapras on top of it. And you don't even have like the best ground type in there because you don't get fucking Larvitar, Pupitar, or Tyranitar until you get to that fucking mountain.
Yep.
And you gotta fucking sit there and you gotta face all that shit.
Yep.
God damn, is that
game? You gotta
great.
face all that shit. Yeah.
That game is fucking great.
But
still the best ending to a Pokemon game ever.
Yes.
Because of that fucking moment.
But I have to acknowledge Donkey Kong Country for a second because that was one of the best side-scrolling games of all time. Like it was one of those defining Super Nintendo games next to Super Mario World, Super Metroid, the Street Fighters. I forgot what the Kirby game was, but it was one of those defining games.
Nightmare in Dreamland.
Yeah, Mega Man Dreamland, Super Mario.
No, Nightmare in Dreamland.
Oh, Nightmare in Dreamland, my bad. And then Super Mario Kart,
Super Metroid.
No, I said Super Metroid already. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country, that game, I beat that game like at least I beat Donkey Kong Country at least 10, 11 times. Like I just the music and just the level design. I love all of it. But I can't sit there and look at Pokemon Crystal and say, oh no, I'm picking Donkey Kong. No, I can't do that. So my stamp is for Crystal.
There's not many Pokemon trainers. There's not many Pokemon trainers in
Rise is waiting in silence
as a history as horrifying as Whitney with her fucking Miltank.
Oh my god!
None of you motherfuckers went and grabbed the Machop. None of you went and grabbed the Machop because we're all fucking stupid.
I never knew where to find that shit. Like,
we're all Miltank gave me nightmares.
I wanted to say big. I wanted to say that too. I was thinking that in my head when you said that, Mike, just now. I was like, that fucking. Oh my god, that's still to this day the one gym I lost.
There's two trainers that have these infamous Pokemon in Pokemon games. It's fucking Whitney and her goddamn Miltank, and it's Cynthia and her fucking Garchomp. Those motherfuckers are the two scariest Pokemon in the goddamn game. And Miltank's just gonna do fucking defense curl and roll out and roll her fucking bitch ass out the goddamn gym.
You know what got me? She got me on a critical hit rollout. I still remember that shit. And I turned my shit off and I had to restart the game because I was like, yo, I cannot believe I just fucking lost. I was down to my last Pokemon. I think my starter was it was the grass one.
Chikorita,
yeah. Yeah, I was struggling. That was a struggle.
And then do we have to even remind everybody that, you think this region's all about these fucking stupid birds in Lugia and Ho-Oh? Nah, check out these 3 fucking dogs that are running rampant. Rampant. You can't fucking catch them except for Suicune because you got to sit there in the fucking bell tower and fight these motherfuckers where there's nothing but bell sprouts everywhere. And you got to fucking catch Suicune. And Raikou and Entei are just running around the fucking map and you got to fucking find them. Hopefully you got to fucking Haunter or Gengar so you could fucking use Scary Face.
Scary Face, away.
You got to hurry up and hit them before they run away and try to catch the Pokeballs. What other fucking game was doing that at that time? None. I'm passionate about Crystal.
Crystal
And Roz just sitting there biding his time. He's like, yes.
It's all dark in Roz's room right now.
Well, the floor is yours,
my
sir.
vote is Pokemon Crystal. Roz, it's yours.
Okay. Can everyone hear me very clearly right now?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna first say this. Pokemon Crystal is gas. It's amazing. It's quite honestly, it's my top 2 of like all the Pokemon games. I have a sweet spot for Yellow because I think it picked up where Red and Blue did, and I think without Yellow and its success, there is no Crystal.
There's none of this is here.
But I'm going to go ahead with Donkey Kong Country, and I'm going to say, I thought at first like which Donkey Kong Country are we talking about, but I'm just going to assume it's the OG because even then I think that's
the first one, the one where it's Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong.
1997 was it? Four. Oh my god!
It was 4.
I thought it was even later than that. Makes it even better. 1994. 3D graphics. A soundtrack legendary to this day. Set the tone for every subsequent Rare game that ever came out. Banjo-Kazooie, all those other things, all the different Donkey Kong countries, right? You talk about there's a bunch of Pokemon in Super Smash Brothers, right? And I get that. They all span from all the Pokemon. Some of them cross over and stuff like that. But Donkey Kong Country, if we look at just the OG and not having to span from different Pokemon games, there's at least 3 or 4 players from Donkey Kong Country in Smash Brothers right now. Consistently. For one game. One whole game. Right? Donkey Kong Country has introduced some memorable characters besides Donkey Kong. You have Diddy Kong, you have you have King Cruel, you have a bunch of guys in there
Dixie Kong
that are synonymous with Super Nintendo. I can't name a Pokemon that's synonymous from Crystal that's synonymous with Nintendo.
Wait, what?
That wasn't there before.
What do you mean?
If you took a Pokemon that was new from Crystal, that was just in Crystal, and you put it on the front of Nintendo and said, carry Nintendo right now, this is the brand, it wouldn't last. If you took Donkey Kong and put him right now as a face of Super Nintendo or Nintendo in general, Donkey Kong's carrying. He's carrying. And I'm going to tell you one thing, to add to that, what people don't understand is that Donkey Kong was introduced as a villain. It's very, 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 very rare.
Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
And platformers in general, to have a villain play the protagonist to children and have it sell and be as popular as it was before. Donkey Kong in 1994 sold over $13 million copies. The equivalent to that now is what Call of Duty would do, right? Because I think the worst Call of Duty, which might be like, I don't know, like
Vanguard.
what you want. I think the worst Call of Duty up until this point sold like 16 million, and that's just off clout. Donkey Kong in 1994 sold 13 million copies for Super Nintendo. That means you're getting people not digital downloads, not bundles, not packages, not buy the Switch. You get a free copy or you get like a downloadable. It's just straight up, yo, go to the store and buy Donkey Kong. That's what I'm here for. Straight up, right? Straight up, right? Donkey Kong Country. Also, on top of that, I think people forget like the impact of Donkey Kong as well too. I think Donkey Kong is now, like I mentioned, like Donkey Kong is Nintendo. He's up there right now with Mario. He's up there right now with Yoshi, Luigi, all these guys. When you hear Donkey Kong, you think of Nintendo. When you think of Donkey Kong, you think of Super Smash Brothers. He's one of the first characters in Super Smash Bros. He's an OG character in Super Smash Brothers. You know what that means? Only the most important characters in Nintendo history are in Super Smash Brothers, the OG one. He's one of them. He's a pillar of Nintendo. There's nobody in Crystal who's a pillar of Nintendo. I can't.
Well, the name Pokemon is.
I mean, the name Pokemon is, but the game
brand
and the character.
The brand Pokemon is system sellers.
But the brand of Donkey Kong and the actual character himself.
Yeah, but my only issue.
I'll tell you right now.
Hold on, wait. My
Pokemon as a brand is more valuable than Donkey Kong is.
Yeah, but not.
All right, but
that's
we're talking about the game though, right? So let's talk about the game, right? It's one of the best platforming games of all time.
Which I agree.
Pokemon is, I mean, some people consider it the best game of all time. I don't know. I think it's one of the best Pokemon games of all time. Donkey Kong Country is one of the best games of all time.
I agree.
And actual fun. And to this day, the graphics stand up. The graphics stand up. And it came out in 1994. It's not the best, but the graphics actually do stand up. And the last thing I'll say about Donkey Kong is this. The difficulty of Donkey Kong Country is still unmatched to this day, maybe by some of the Souls games. So even now, the whole thing that everyone's like fawning over with the Elden Ring and Dark Souls and Neo, all that other stuff like that. Tell them to pop in Donkey Kong Country.
No,
tell them to pop in
Donkey Kong Country 2.
No, tell them to pop in Donkey Kong Country OG.
Donkey Kong Country play Crash Bandicoot. The first one.
Actually, yeah, I like that. I like that rebuttal.
Crash is still
I actually do like that rebuttal.
No, I don't read that. Crash is still not as hard as the OG Donkey Kong.
No, Crash Bandicoot is. Crash Bandicoot is absolutely harder than Donkey Kong.
Crash Bandicoot is hard as shit.
It actually game was hard.
It is. But
Crash Bandicoot.
That game was brutally hard.
OG Donkey Kong Country is still one of the hardest platform games till
it was challenging, but I would say the second one was harder than Donkey Kong Country.
Nah.
Yeah.
Agree.
That one, Dixie, the one with Dixie Kong and Dixie, that one was hard as shit.
When you get a chance to switch characters and to do all that stuff in the barrels and stuff, that wasn't around. Donkey Kong Country, that's it right there, man. That's it. That's the one. That's a pillar. That's a pillar of Nintendo. Nintendo isn't what it is today without Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing for Pokemon Crystal.
You can't say it about Crystal. You can say it about Pokemon and like maybe Pokemon Red and Blue, maybe. But Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong is Nintendo. That's it.
But the whole thing about the whole Donkey Kong as a character, you can make the same argument for talking Donkey Kong 64. You know, at the end of the day, you could still make the Donkey Kong character argument. But at the end of the day, Donkey Kong 64, as much as I love that game, it's clearly not better than Crystal.
No, but Donkey Kong 64 Donkey Kong 64 doesn't even live without Donkey Kong Country.
But it does have the DK rap.
It does have the DK rap. But again, the
finally
DK rap,
here.
yeah, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire.
Know the word. You can join in.
They need to bring Chunky Kong back.
Together.
They need the grandpa back.
To clap, take you through
this
monkey rap.
Yeah.
They need to bring Lanky Kong back too.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I remember that. That's fire, right? But I'm just telling you, like, for all those reasons, I think Donkey Kong Country is like one of the best. It's again, it's like you're comparing like very great in like specific genres and specific franchises against games that are like the best games of all time. Like if we did a poll across the internet and asked them which one was better, Crystal or Donkey Kong, you'd get Donkey Kong Country.
No, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I love Ross, I love Donkey Kong Country. That's on my top 10 list, but I do not agree with that.
No, bro. Any reputable source and magazine and entity that reviews video games that you would actually trust, if you said which one, if you had an all-time list, was the better game between Donkey Kong Country and Crystal, you would have to get Donkey Kong Country. That's a fact.
That's why I'm picking
It's a fact. It's a hard fact. It's a hard fact, but that's a fact.
Roz,
All right,
I feel like you might be on the losing end here, and you're going to be pretty.
Well,
upset.
let's find out.
All right, so let's find out.
I'm supposed to give my I'm supposed to give the reason why Donkey Kong needs to win. Whatever happens.
James.
So, Roz, I can safely assume you are stamping Donkey Kong.
Absolutely.
Dylan, who are you stamping?
Poker Man.
Anthony, who are you stamping?
Pokemon.
James, who are you stamping?
How about you? I'll let you pick first.
Mike doesn't want to be the bad guy.
Well, no, it's close. It's closer than y'all are making it. It's very close. I could go either way on this.
I saw your face when I said Whitney's Milk Tank.
That bitch.
That brought back memories.
That hit a sore. That hit a nerve.
What year did Crystal come out again?
2000.
2000. Oh, okay.
OG Smash, bro. Crystal's not even better than Yellow. That's the crazy part, though.
It is.
That's
You
It's-
need to stop.
No, it's better than Yellow.
It's not even better than Red and Blue. That's crazy.
It's definitely better than Red and Blue.
That's right. It's better than Red and Blue.
No way.
I don't know.
No way.
Nostalgia. I don't know.
Nostalgia's a dangerous drug.
Rod, take yourself back to the year 2000, man.
Bro, listen to me. Pikachu following you around in Yellow.
That was revolutionary.
That was revolutionary, bro.
That was revolutionary.
You know what else is revolutionary? Going back and fucking up all those people you played in the original games. With your
Yeah, exactly. That was also revolutionary.
Who takes Snubble to the Elite Four? This fucking guy. I found Ice Punch in fucking Goldenrod City, and I beat the shit out of Lance with my fucking Grand Bull.
Okay. I also.
Yo, Granbull was a beast. I love Granbull. Did you have a Don fan?
No, I ran Grand Bull. Grand Bull was my normal.
Oh, okay.
I also listen. The rare candy cheats. None of that. You guys didn't have none of that, bro.
Pseudo fucking Wudo.
Yeah.
You confused cut on that fucking tree. He's a rock. You got a watering can.
How about this? Teaching my Ditto the one-hit KO when I faced the Elite Four. That's Yellow, baby. What are we talking about here? You can even listen. I can't even say it's the best Pokemon.
Yellow's.
I can't even say it's the best Pokemon.
All right, so Mike, which way are you going?
Pikachu following you around,
I really want to pick Donkey Kong, but I'm scared to death of what James is going to say because I have no idea which way James is leading.
You gotta follow your heart, bro.
You gotta follow your heart, man. Follow your heart, bro.
James is leading.
OG Smash Bros, bro.
Good thing we're talking Donkey Kong, not Smash Bros.
Nah, but you can make a point. You can choose.
Doesn't Suicune come out of one of the Pokeballs?
Suicune is an item, yes.
Yeah, and Entei too.
Actually, all three of them.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
All three of them.
Are they playable in the original Smash? But
You can use to fuck people up.
Who is though? My motherfucking Pikachu.
Who's
Pokemon,
also in Silver. Who's also in Crystal.
But listen. Pokemon Yellow. That's why he's there.
Definitely not there because of Pokemon
That is
Yellow.
definitely why he's there. That's
Definitely not.
That's
Definitely not why he's there.
Pikachu peaked in Pokemon Yellow. Absolutely. That's a fact.
You know, Pokemon Yellow came out because of the popularity of the show, right?
I understand that. But guess who? But listen, they could have just made another Pokemon, but they made Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah, because they made it like the show.
No, yes. Because Pikachu was so important, they made the game of him following you around. That's why. Because he was the draw.
Thank God this ain't Pokemon Yellow versus Crystal.
Oh yeah, nah, it's over.
It wouldn't be.
It's a wrap.
Nostalgia is a dangerous drug, Dylan. I don't know if you're getting that round.
It's not nostalgia, bro. It's not nostalgia. It's fact, bro. It's fact.
I'm going with Donkey Kong. Fuck it. I don't know where James is going, but I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this the first tie of the night.
It's our first showdown.
And
It's our first showdown.
This is, and I like it because I'm not sure if James has ever played Pokemon Crystal. I know he played the earlier ones. I don't know.
Oh no. I cannot in good faith see Pokemon Crystal go down. Like,
I love Crystal.
So I am stomping Donkey Kong.
Don't get me wrong. I can't say I don't like Crystal, but I'm just saying, bro.
Also, Pikachu definitely wasn't in Smash Brothers because of Pokemon Yellow, because Pokemon Yellow came out after Smash Brothers did.
Wait, Jillian, you're cheating now. Why are you cheating? Why are you cheating?
Because I knew you were wrong. I knew you were wrong. I got to confirm it.
I'm going off the dome.
And that's how lies are spread.
No. But also, I did mention the fact that Red and Blue were also better than Crystal, so that just adds more fire to the Red and Blue argument. They are, because that's the reason why he's in there.
They're not.
The reason why he's in there.
They're not. It's possible that something is better than the original. Like this is the second time we're in an argument about the original version of two games being better than a sequel to other games. Like, it's possible that the sequels are better than the goddamn original.
There was somebody.
That's Resident Evil 4 1. But at the same time.
No, I'm talking about Mortal Kombat versus Tekken 3.
No, but I'm talking about, it's not like, of course the sequel's coming because Resident Evil 4 1. But my thing is,
James, it's all lies on you, James. It's all lies on you.
James, end this.
Please end this. End this the right way, man. End this the right way.
Recency bias, bro.
Recency bias.
Recency bias.
Nostalgia. You were blinded by nostalgia. The rose-tinted glasses of fucking 1990 fucking 4. You know where I was in 1994, Roz? A twinkle in my pappy's eye. That's where I was in 1994.
Exactly.
Nostalgia.
So all you did was reap the benefits of Donkey Kong. You're just like, oh yeah, Donkey
Kong. We're talking 2 decades plus.
Donkey Kong's in Smash Brothers. Nah, son.
If Donkey Kong is so great, when was the last time a Donkey Kong game was fucking awesome?
That's why I said recency bias. That's why I said recency bias, because Pokemon is coming out with multiple games now, and all we have is
because they're good. They're good.
But there's
Every single game is great.
No.
Fucking Donkey Kong Baja Blast that came out on the fucking Wii U.
That's what I'm saying. It's Tropical Freeze. But
that game was good though. That game was good though.
No. But at the same time, Diddy Kong Racing was off the back of Donkey Kong, and there
hasn't been another one since.
That's better than Crystal though, but that's not Diddy Kong Racing.
Are we gonna do that? They remade Crystal with Heart Gold and Soul Silver with the fucking Poke Tracker that you put your Pokemon in your little tracker that goes
which I did.
Steps, which is a pedometer that not only do you get your steps in, but you also level up your Pokemon and increase the IVs and the EVs that fucking trades for the game. Oh, remember your Pokemon Yellow fucking. Well, Pikachu follows you around. It's not just Pikachu and fucking Soul Silver and Heart Gold. It's all of them.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even have that. They wouldn't even have that algorithm if it wasn't for Yellow. So
here we go. And Diddy Kong Racing wouldn't be a thing without Mario Kart.
James, this the right way.
What I'm trying to say is Diddy Kong Racing is still better.
You know what you want to say. Bring Pokemon into the next round.
Anthony, just for you saying that, it's not going to be Pokemon, so thanks.
Dylan's trying to use reverse psychology right now. That's not going to work either.
Thanks, Anthony.
Reverse psychology is not going to work now either.
You're too smart for your own good. I'm going to need you to stop talking.
You're not going to take pity here. We know what time it is. We know what time it is.
Well, James, we know what time it is.
Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't know. Nah, I do know, but it was great watching you guys argue and dispute, like kind of swaying my thoughts back and forth, and had me harkening back to those times and everything.
Fire, though.
Game Boy Color, shit.
Come on, man.
Game Boy Color.
You know what time it is, bro.
Yo, find it on Jigglypuff. Yo,
on,
but but there's nothing better than Donkey Kong on the
Thank you,
railroad.
Anthony. This is Anthony's fault.
On the railroad, in the car, bro.
In the cart, in the mine cart.
In the mine cart?
Say that in mine cart.
Like losing over and over and not wanting to quit and play the shit over and over again.
In the mine cart.
In the
You
mine
could
cart.
always go into Mount Moon and bump into Zubats every 3 steps.
In the mine cart.
There's nothing.
Zubat was fine. I didn't mind fighting him.
Every 2 steps, bam, Zubat.
He was like, he's got to run away, bro. Just do it.
I'm going with Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I knew you were. Thanks, Anthony.
Donkey.
It wasn't.
You may say that, but I knew what it was.
Kong.
You may say that, but I knew what it was.
Donkey Kong.
Wow. I would consider that an upset. But here we are. Donkey Kong moving on.
Crystal is gas, though.
So let's try and pick up. Let's try and get a little speed. Hopefully we can get through this bracket tonight. Our next matchup. This will be quick because I already know what's going to happen here. Again, Dylan, I need help with the name.
Well, Michael doesn't know how to spell. It's supposed to be Ocarina of Time. Ocarina starts with an O, not an A.
Oh yeah.
Ocarina of Time versus Sonic 3. I'm guessing that's Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yes.
Okay.
It don't matter how many people he's with.
I mean, it doesn't matter. He can have everybody with him. Shadow didn't even exist here, but he can give Super Shadow, fucking Super Sonic, all that stuff. Literally, Ocarina of Time is one of the 5 greatest games ever created.
I'm not even gonna fix the graphic. I'm not even gonna waste my time fixing the graphic.
If you go on, there's so many 100 greatest games list, and you'll see Ocarina at number 1 for
I'll
the
tell you
majority.
what, though.
So
Ocarina of Time has one of the worst targeting systems in any game I've ever fucking played. Z targeting is dog shit. And that will cost Ocarina of Time when it comes down to the nitty gritty with me. I don't care about the Sword of Evil's Bane. I don't care about fucking the Ocarina bringing me into the future. Don't give a shit about that. Z targeting is awful. And enough to make me
I'm not gonna say it was awful. That's a little reach, but
it was.
I mean,
it's not a reach.
If you're gonna find a flaw with the game, I guess you could say the Z targeting was phenomenal.
And the water temple's dog shit.
It was kind of bad. The Z targeting was kind of annoying.
Z targeting is terrible, and the water temple's dog shit.
The water temple's not dog shit. It was just a little bit
The water temple's dog shit.
It's not dog shit.
It's
you just like a lot of other people
here. Let's call a spade here.
Because there's 50 keys in that temple. All right.
Yeah,
you
dog
just
shit.
Mad keys in that temple.
Mad fucking keys. You just have to learn to navigate that shit.
It's dog shit. Just like fucking Final Fantasy 15, Chapter 14 is also dog shit.
Oh, the one where you had to go all the way up to the tower and you had to all the way back. Oh, God.
Oh, you say that about that game, but you won't say it about fucking Ocarina of Time, which is the same basic concept of dog shit. Dog shit's dog shit no matter
you
what.
You weren't going down 14. The water temple wasn't 14 levels.
But you needed 60 fucking keys.
Well, my vote is my vote is actually Sonic. Nah, fuck.
Gotta go fast. I'm forget my vote. Z targeting the water temple suck.
The answer over here is Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time for me.
Sonic 3 Knuckles. Fuck this game.
Knuckles was a game changer.
Knuckles was a game changer.
That was just out of spite. Dylan did that out of spite.
There's
no dimension where Sonic did.
Hey man, Sonic's got better music.
No, it doesn't.
Sonic absolutely has better music than Zelda. I will
hell no.
Hill.
Hell no.
I will die on that hill.
And I'll be laying right next to you.
You want to know why? You want to know who composed that music? Huh? You want to know who composed
that
fucking music? Michael goddamn Jackson.
I don't give a fuck.
Michael goddamn Jackson.
I don't care.
Fucking Jones.
I don't care.
Go fucking.
Any game that had Sarah's song, any game that had Sarah's song in it, no, fuck that.
Sing me the song right now. Play it.
I'm not singing the damn song for you.
Play it with me with your mouth.
Whoa.
All right. Okay.
Whoa.
All right. So, Rise, you got Ocarina of Time. I got Ocarina of Time. Dylan has Sonic 3.
Zelda got shit better than Green Hill Zone. Fuck you. Or
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, nothing's better than Green Hill Zone. music wise, but
Hell no.
Musically.
Ocarina of Time.
Anthony's just fucking biased here.
Hell
Anthony's
no.
just mad that
Hell
Z-Target's
no.
fucking dog shit.
Hell
And
no.
fucking Water Temple is fucking.
You're not gonna tell me with all those classic tunes in Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time is
You're gonna sit here and tell me Sonic 3 had better music. Fuck out of here.
Not just Sonic 3. Every Sonic game has better music than Zelda.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Sonic soundtrack is legendary, Anthony. What are you?
And Ocarina of Time's soundtrack was legendary.
No, the Ocarina of Time game is legendary. The soundtrack is not better.
The soundtrack was part of it. The music was part of it.
No, the music.
When you're
composition is good, but there is not a single song.
When you're in the ice cavern, learning the Serenade of Water, one of the most melodic songs in the damn game. Sailor
Fantastic.
Song. How many times, like, dude, Sailor
Not
Song.
a single song better than Chemical Plant.
Oh my God.
Not a single song better than Chemical Plant. Not a single song better than fucking
but you're talking
Green
about
Hill Zone.
You're talking about a music. You're talking about music situation here. We're talking about the game.
I know that's my only argument. I know what's a better game. I'm just trying to make what the bad parts about the game fucking worse. I have to get somebody on my side. I know.
I mean, listen. I'm stamping Sonic 3. I'm stamping Sonic 3.
Oh, Anthony!
I'm stamping Sonic 3.
And James hasn't said anything. Uh-oh!
Roz, what are
James
you
the music
stamping?
guy.
One question. Mike, is Uncharted 2 still on this list?
It's not in this bracket, but yes.
Okay, all right.
How in the world are we even? It's obviously Ocarina of Time. I don't get what's happening.
That's why I asked Mike that question. If Uncharted 2 is still on this list, because if they try to pull some bullshit, I know I still got one of my other golden child still on this bracket.
Dude, it's the
Look
game.
at Dylan's face.
Because Dylan did say when we started this bracket that he was going to be on some bullshit. So I was
up until Ocarina of Time.
Listen, Roz, we got to go by the rules. I'm stamping Sonic 3. That's what I'm doing. I can't speak for y'all.
Like up until Ocarina of Time, Zelda was relegated to a whole nother generation that barely got to like Nintendo and Super Nintendo and everything like that. Ocarina of Time is, again, like you're talking about games that have set franchises. It's made careers. Like Ocarina of Time.
And you keep talking about how bad the Z-targeting was that it revolutionized it.
Like
it didn't. They fixed it. The 3DS version of that game is significantly better than the N64 version.
Yo, none of us would even know about Zelda if it wasn't Ocarina of Time. So it was a classic.
No, I played.
I wouldn't. Wait. I wouldn't.
Barely.
I wouldn't go that far because A Link to the Past.
Link to the Past is one of the best games of all time.
Yeah. I get all that. Link to the Past. Yeah. I get that. I get all that.
Like, we're not gonna talk about that.
Ocarina of Time, bro. 64 set the tone for all 64 games about what quality that Nintendo was going to put for this system. It's one of the core games of Nintendo 64. If you didn't have that game, just like you didn't have GoldenEye, just like you didn't have Smash Brothers, just like you didn't have Star Fox 64, people are wondering why you
didn't have Super Mario 64.
Why do you have a 64?
Yeah, exactly.
You have named like 6 other games you could have besides.
No, I'm saying, but it's one of those games. If you don't have one of those games, people are wondering like, yo, like, are you really playing the 64?
Yeah.
Like, you could be.
I mean, do we really have to go into the console wars and the importance of Sonic?
Bro, you remember the game when the GameCube came out and they had the Zelda collection. They had Ocarina, Majora's Mask, Zelda 1 and 2, and they had the demo for Wind Waker. Bought that shit. Wii Virtual Console. First game I got on Virtual Console, Ocarina of Time. Made sure I had that. Wii U, Wii, Nintendo Switch. I made sure I have Ocarina of Time on every single one of my Nintendo consoles.
And you keep buying the inferior version of that game.
I got the 3DS version. I love that shit. I agree. The 3DS version was Ocarina of Time.
3DS version did Z targeting correctly.
Yeah, but Ocarina of Time was one of the first games to really like bring it into the limelight. So it's like you can't really shit on it for being.
Yes, you can.
And you know what's crazy about Ocarina of Time is like, and I'm gonna go with Anthony on this because I think it's very underrated. But just for our sake, it's underrated. But across the gaming industry, Ocarina of Time had one of the most original and most memorable like soundtracks of any game.
Yes, it's very good, but it's not better than Sonic. And you can't even kill chickens in that game.
Yo,
Can't even
but
kill
listen.
chickens back here.
If you hit them hard enough, they're gonna attack you.
I know. Can't even kill chickens back here.
Listen,
What good?
listen.
What good is
Listen.
having that sword?
Yo, it's one of
The game changing of being able to get the fire shield. Come on.
Ocarina of Time. Listen, you were able. It's like one of the first games where you could do like actions and you could press 2 buttons at the same time. I remember that. It's
If
one
you
of the
can fucking
greatest.
hit it.
It's one of the greatest games of all time. It's like how we sitting here talking about you're putting greatest games of all time on here. It's
We're
like
over exaggerating Z targeting and complaining about the water.
it's weird.
Hey man, I have to exaggerate my takes to make a point.
I'm going to choose Ocarina of
Like,
Time.
bro, we all remember when we beat Ganondorf and then we running out the goddamn castle and shit, and then like Ganondorf sprouts up and he just transforms into just a beast. And come on, man, you ain't gonna tell me you don't remember that
And then you
first
had a
time.
hard time hitting him with Z targeting.
You didn't even have to Z target. All you do is go into his legs and hit him with the Megaton hand. That's all you had to do.
Oh.
It's a masterpiece game.
Well, we're 2-2.
So James, here we are again. It is 2-2. Sonic 3 versus Zelda. And it all comes down to
Is it on? I think it's on.
It is.
Roz, you made a good argument, man, but I'm going Sonic 3,
Let's
bro.
go! Anthony, I fucking told you! I told you I was coming for you, Anthony. We're coming for this
I have
bullshit.
never played no Ocarina of Time. I don't play no
Oh,
Zelda.
well, you never played then.
My whole mission was to make sure one of Anthony's favorite games of all time got off this fucking list.
Wait,
my mission.
I thought there was something if you didn't play the game, like, you know.
You have to listen
to
the arguments.
You listen to the arguments.
You still make a decision, though. You still make a decision.
But that's crazy. It's
sorry, man.
Look, that's why I asked Mike, is Uncharted 2 still on this list? Like,
yes, it is. It is still breathing.
I saw the writing on the
Anthony,
wall.
It won't be.
Once Mike picked Sonic 3, I saw the writing on the wall. So I had to make sure I still had another one in mind.
Anthony, if I have it my way, Uncharted 2 also won't be on this list.
So I just looked this up, and I want to be very clear with you guys. What you guys just chose Sonic over Ocarina of Time.
I know what we did. We chose Sonic over one of the best games ever. Yeah.
Ocarina of Time is the first game ever IGN gave a perfect score to.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So, and it can't beat Sonic 3. That's crazy.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time was the first 10 on GameSpot, right?
The first 10 on GameSpot and IGN.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and IGN.
Couldn't beat Sonic 3 Knuckles.
That is a great banner for them. That's a great banner.
That's awesome, man. Too bad the game not better than Sonic 3 Knuckles.
You know what that is, Roz? That's 73 and 10. 72 and 10. That's what that is. 73 and 9.
73 and 9. 73 and 9. Sonic 3 Knuckles is the 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers.
Sonic came through with his LeBron jersey and shut it down.
Blocked by James. Blocked by James.
Knuckles hit the 3 with 20 seconds to go.
And Sonic blocks fucking Link slam. Let's go.
Wow.
I'm sorry, fellas.
I don't understand how does the Z targeting get involved?
It's not Roz.
It's the basis for all the other games that
I know. They conveniently
That's
leave
weird.
that part out.
It's the basis for Mario 64. It's the basis for Grand Theft Auto. It's the greatest. There's none of these games that don't use it.
It got better.
They all use the system.
But it got better.
They all use the system.
But the system
they're gonna ignore that.
It got better. I'm not ignoring the fact that it wasn't in other games. I'm ignoring the fact that it I'm stating it got better.
Half-Life, BioShock, Mario 64, Grand Theft Auto, 3, 4, and 5, Resident Evil 4,
age better.
Super Mario Galaxy.
They get better with age.
All come from Ocarina of Time.
Z targeting got better as it got older.
What? Do you guys hear what I just said?
Or do you hear what I'm saying? It got better as it was in more and more games.
Let's go to the next.
I'm gonna let our viewers and our subscribers, you guys comment please on that comments.
I'm just saying I had an agenda. Crazy, I'm telling you right now.
Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next
round.
Next
one.
I saw an opportunity and I took it.
I feel like that's spite.
Roz, since before we started doing this, my plan was to make sure that Anthony's favorite games don't make it. I had an agenda here, and my agenda pushed Sonic 3 above fucking one of the probably 5 greatest games ever. But we move. We move.
This is nuts. This is flip the coin and we're gonna win the game type of thing right now.
It's a madness. We're here. It's a madness.
It's a madness.
Here we are. And I just want to clarify, that is the Simpsons arcade game.
Such a hard
arcade game versus NHL '94, which is
so hard.
I would say NHL '94 is an underground legend.
People who don't even know shit about hockey played this fucking game.
Yeah,
it's one of the NHL
this is the first hockey game I ever fucking played.
This is
all of 2 buttons. You pass and you shoot. That's it.
Let me pull the curtain back. This will take us back circa me and Roz in 8th grade playing this after school in our teacher's room, because we would stay for some after school program, or we would just stay, and we would just sit there and play NHL '94.
He had the old one because '94 was old at the time, so he was just on the PC. At the time. On the
PC.
He had the new Counter Strike.
Me and Roz were very smart. We would finish first, so we got to play the computer first.
Me, Mike, and Charles, both Charles, playing Counter Strike and the OG, the throwback at the time, and even more so now, NHL '94, and the battles that we had on those PCs are. It's crazy, man.
When I first moved to Connecticut from Florida, it was my stepdad, my mom, my sister. We came up from Florida, moved to my stepdad here in Connecticut. He had his Sega Genesis, and I am 5 years old, 1999, August 1999, and he just pops it in, and I'm like, fuck it. I was playing video games with my brother. I could do this. And we play NHL '94, and I got my ass whipped. How am I supposed to? I don't know what fucking icing is. I'm 5. So you go through the settings, and guess what? You can turn off fucking icing, turn off icing, and offsides and all that shit, and just free for all. Just shoot the puck at the fucking net and figure it out.
Yep.
One of my favorite hockey games ever.
Yep.
And it's so simplified. Just go ahead, make a fucking tournament of fucking however many rounds you want to go, and winner take all. Fucking go. The best.
Yep.
Mark Messier and Jeff Bookaboom and fucking yes. NHL '94. That's 94. I love Simpsons, but NHL '94 is one of the only sports games on this list, and it's fucking awesome. So stamping NHL '94.
I respect it. I gotta stamp the Simpsons, baby. Simpsons all day.
Oh.
The arcade Simpsons game.
Lisa and her saxophone, Marge with the vacuum, Bart with the skateboard.
Marge with the vacuum.
Again. And you know what? To this day, it's a banger. I just let my nephew play.
Pop that shit in right now. You can go through it.
Right now, he was like, yo, this is mad fun. There's certain
old school side scrollers, man.
There's certain games, X-Men, Simpsons, those
Ninja
games,
Turtles.
We already got the turtles coming back. Listen, man.
Oh, we already got me and Dylan on that wave.
The Simpsons is golden. That's all I gotta say. The Simpsons arcade or on console if you got it, it's a golden game.
Yep.
I have to stamp the Simpsons. There's no
I'm not mad at either way here.
I personally, if I walked around and amongst the people that I knew who were really if I had a room of all these bunch of gamers over my lifetime we in here and I picked the Simpsons, if I picked NHL over the Simpsons, I'd be thrown out like Jazz. It gotta be the Simpsons, bro. That's all I'm saying. For me, it's no doubts. It has to be the Simpsons, bro. Simpsons arcade all the way.
I'm not mad at it, whatever way.
Shut down arcades. Shut down arcades in the Simpsons we play, bro.
Simpsons arcade. I'm picking my pick.
Well, this is gonna be fun because I'm gonna go NHL '94.
Wow.
So
I respect
I'm
it. I
gonna
respect
let
the
this.
choices. I respect the choices.
I'm gonna let this come down to Anthony, who I'm not sure has played either of these
I
games.
have not played either one of those games.
But
Wow.
Anthony's a newfound hockey fan. I don't know
Sort
about
of.
his past with The Simpsons.
But I would say this, Anthony, have you ever played X-Men, the arcade game?
No, I haven't played X-Men.
Have you ever played the Ninja Turtles arcade game?
I did.
How do you like that game?
It was good. I liked it. It was cool.
Now, do you like The Simpsons?
I watched the show.
Do you think it's a good show?
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing, man.
This is like talking to my fucking son.
The Simpsons are.
It's just yes or no questions, Anthony.
I'm going to make a case for the Simpsons arcade game right now. We talk about Tekken, we talk about all these other games, and everything like that, and that experience. Mike specifically mentioned Simpsons arcade, and I think this is where this is where it gets bad, because if we're just looking strictly from the Simpsons arcade, and you never ever played it on a console, it's one of the greatest experiences you'll ever have. Period. Now, and if you were a kid, you would have thought it was the best thing in the entire world. If you ever played it when you were a kid, but you didn't get a chance to. But even now, if I pulled up an arcade and you played The Simpsons right now, you wouldn't be able to stop. You wouldn't stop until you beat the game. in one go. You can play a bunch of NHL stuff in the game, and you'd be like, you know what? All right, I'm done playing this, and I don't know. Yeah, all right, cool. But once you touch the Simpsons arcade game, you wouldn't stop playing until you beat it. That's how good the Simpsons arcade is. That game is goated. Think of any arcade game that you think is goated. It's goated. It's just as goated as those games. Cruising World, all those other games, goated. Mortal Kombat, goated. Injustice, goated. Simpsons is a goated arcade game. I'm sure even now the arcade machine is still probably one of the highest selling ones and probably the most expensive ones. And the game is probably over 20 years old at this point.
It's a good argument. Anthony, you want to hear my rebuttal for NHL 94?
Damn good argument.
What's your rebuttal?
Do you like sports?
Yes, I do.
And there we go. It's one of like 3 sports games on this list.
Wow.
Sports games are getting cleared out.
But that's the matchup thing. Because
that has to do with the matchups.
That's the matchup thing.
And it's hard to pick sports games when they all are like really repetitive. When you have an iconic sports game like NHL 94 and the NBA Jams, you gotta protect those when you can.
True.
But I feel like if you had sports games against sports games, it'd be better. Like if you had Madden 05 versus NFL 2K5, that would be
Yeah.
That would be something. That's
a slugfest.
Wasn't Madden 05 the one with Ray Lewis, right?
That's the debut of the hit stick.
That's the debut.
Yeah, the hit stick. Oh man,
stick.
I remember that.
That's the hit stick.
Changed games.
That shit was lovely.
It changes so bad that when me and Anthony played, I did nothing but hit stick him.
and people would do that. You would see them do this and miss because it slowed you down a little bit. You would lose the game purposely, but if you got one good hit stick in, you're like,
helmet's flying off.
Oh yes,
that's it.
But you can't hit the helmet off anymore because concussions.
Yeah.
EA
NFL
Sports.
2K5s are going to quick divergent.
Yeah.
It's the reason why Madden pursued an exclusive rights license deal for the NFL because EA knew they were finished if they did not cut these dudes out. The amount of innovation, the amount of gameplay innovations, a first-person view the whole season inside of a helmet with Chris Berman doing the Monday night show.
Doing Monday Night Football, doing the halftime show.
Come on.
I love where this is going, but Anthony, you got to pick one.
You got to pick the Simpsons. This Mike. You got to do 2K.
I think I'm going to roll with the Simpsons. I think that's more in line with something I would play.
Go play The Simpsons.
Dylan Anthony hates you.
I said I was fine with
No,
whatever way it is.
ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just,
Mike,
The
you
Simpsons
gotta-
sounds like a game I would more likely to play.
Yo, we gotta do the NFL 2K5 versus Madden 05. It's something that it's still raging right now in Reddit forums, bro. I'm telling you, it's playing that being an NFL fan at that time and playing those games simultaneously is like it made schools were split in half. I had my school split in half. Either
It was
Madden
the
dude
NWO
or
versus
he was.
DX.
It was NWO versus DX. No cap, bro.
All right, let's keep moving before we keep getting
Move on to
distracted.
this next. We only have 2 first-round matchups left.
I think this is easy for me. I think it's pretty easy.
Metal
easy
Gear
for me.
Solid 3 versus
It's
Grand
pretty
Theft Auto
easy.
San Andreas. If you don't know what
No,
SA
what?
means,
One of these games is for the culture, and it's very important to the
Grand
culture.
Theft Auto San Andreas. I'm
Grand Theft
going
Auto
out
San
on
think
the
we
Andreas.
could
ledge
move.
now.
I think we can move. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to be able to convince y'all. Y'all
Metal Gear Solid 3 is
No,
great, but like
Metal Gear Solid 3 is great.
San Andreas literally took over the fucking world.
The most
Yeah.
customizable
it did.
the most customizable GTA to this day.
It's almost like Breath of the
customizable
Wild
GTA to this
versus
day.
Arkham Asylum again. It's
Like,
just like you just,
That was a point in time where everybody was playing the same thing.
Yes.
This game
Correct.
came out and everybody was playing the same thing. If you
Correct.
had a PS2, you were playing this fucking game.
To
Just
death.
like just
played
like
this
with
game
Breath of
to
the Wild.
death.
If you got a Switch, you were part of that group of people who were playing Breath of the Wild the second the game came out, and you were all talking about it, and your experiences were all different.
And just like with Breath of the Wild, they absolutely just jacked the map out of control. Like it went from 1 city to 3 cities to a whole bunch of countryside. Then you got the desert, you got mountains.
Los Santos, baby.
You take over gang territory. You can go to the gym. You can finally swim.
Fat. You can
So you don't die when you go into the
built.
water. Like,
You get a haircut.
yeah, you get a haircut. You get tattoos.
Oh, bro, listen. San
Home robberies, like shit.
I still think it's one of the most customizable Grand Theft Autos ever, if not the most customizable. It's so good. I just miss.
Bro, get it on Switch, man.
No. I can play the game, but I'm talking about I miss playing that game for the first time and going through that game.
Oh yeah, being back in that time where it's your experiencing it the first time, nothing will ever be like it.
San Andreas was crazy, bro.
Hearing MC8's voice on the game.
Yo, MC8, that's right.
Yes,
that's right.
I forgot the game was in that game too. Like,
it's my man CJ. Come on, my man
CJ,
my man CJ,
Big
bro.
Smoke, Ryder.
Come on, man.
Willie in the bike, bro.
Ride the bike.
Yeah.
Y'all are wasting y'all bullets. We got to see GTA again. Y'all better save it. It's 4-1. I mean, I'm a Metal Gear fan, so I'll give it a sympathy vote. But San Andreas wins.
Man. Snake Eyes in the ring can stay.
And then what I think will be the main event for the first round. This is gonna be fun.
Oh.
Tekken 2, Mortal Kombat 2. Now, for me, this is actually Tekken 2. Tekken 2 is where I fell in love with Tekken.
Yeah, it is.
But Mortal Kombat 2, that's goated. That
bro.
Yeah, MK2 is.
It's very hard
MK2.
to not put Tekken 2 down here and just go with Mortal Kombat 2 because Tekken 2 is my introduction to the series as well.
Me too.
So
yeah, like Tekken 2 is my here's Tekken and like, oh my god, this is Street Fighter, but like a cooler, realistic version. Like,
Tekken
this
2
is great.
So this is what I remember about Tekken 2. I just always remember the camera, how it was just like it just moved with you, and you always had the
like fight backgrounds were awesome too. Yeah,
was always moving. The Law double flip kick, the double backflip kick in Tekken 2. What? But Mortal Kombat 2, the stages,
The bosses,
the bosses,
the characters,
yo, the levels,
yo, the
the
levels,
levels.
the levels, the
Mortal Kombat
levels.
2 is when you can knock him off the ledge into the
Yes,
spikes.
Yes, the
into yes,
uppercut
Oh,
off the
into the
ledge
pit,
into the
into the pit,
spikes.
into the pit.
Oh
Yo,
my god.
yo, listen, man.
Oh, it's also where they introduced Ed Boon popping out. Toasty!
Yeah.
that too.
Yep,
That too.
yep.
That was a
Is that,
goal.
wait,
If
is
you
that when?
was fucking someone up and got that, that was it. That's it. You lost.
Yeah,
Pass
Yo,
the
Wait a minute.
control.
Wait a minute.
symbiote. Yo,
Wait
remember
a
you
minute.
had to play.
Wait a minute.
You randomly had to fight symbiote had to
Noob
randomly
Saibot.
Noob Saibot like
Noob
randomly.
Saibot.
Yeah, randomly.
Yo, son, listen. Noob Saibot, Reptile,
Reptile.
Shang Tsung,
Reptile was
Malia
Melina.
Jax,
Yep.
Melina, Baraka. Come on, man. Come
Yo,
on.
Reptile was
Come
alright, but
on.
Noob Saibot, he was unbeatable when you finally like got a chance to like fight him
He do
because
everybody's
it was
moves.
random.
He does everybody moves. He just Smoke was in there too. Come
Yeah,
on, man. Goro was in there. Like
yeah,
it was
man.
just a crazy. It was better. The crazy part is I was out here stumping for Mortal Kombat, the first one, but Mortal Kombat 2 was better than Mortal Kombat, as great it was in every single way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep.
That was
That's
why
the
my
crazy
argument
part.
for Tekken 3 was better than the OG Mortal Kombat because
That
this
doesn't-
game is so much better.
But it doesn't take away from Mortal Kombat. It just means that Mortal Kombat 2, that's a GOAT game. That's a GOAT game. That is like we're making the game play better. It's not even about like we're just gonna just like make the like feed off of all the hype we got, whatever. It's like no, we're gonna actually make a one of the greatest fighting games ever. Like everything was faster. You could, like the fatalities are better. Is that the first time we started getting like was that
Babality.
later? Yeah, I'm about to say like babalities, like bestiality, like
Friendship.
bestiality was one of them. You turn into like your like animal that's like supposed to be like your animal, whatever. Like I think you turned into a dragon with Liu Kang.
They had friendship where you
friendship. Come on, man. Like yo, nah. Mortal Kombat 2, I'm stamping that. Mortal Kombat 2.
I think we all
Yeah,
are.
Mortal Kombat.
I'm stamping that. Yep, I'm stamping Mortal Kombat 2.
Bro. That's a. I'm about to play. I want to play that right now. Actually, also,
Do you have the new one on PS5?
nah, I don't have the new one.
Ah, I think they have it on PlayStation Plus, if I'm not mistaken.
Anthony's asking people to play games, but he's probably just gonna get smoked in all of them.
As long as it's not 2K and Madden, I'm good.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I'm very sure.
Positive? Because you
You've
told me
been
the same
ducking
thing
me
about
in everyone's golf. You've been ducking me in everybody's golf.
Anthony, I will play you in everybody's golf right now.
No, tomorrow.
All right. Who's ducking
No,
who?
tomorrow.
I gotta
Who's
be up at
ducking
5:30 in the morning.
Who's
man.
ducking who?
It's too late for that.
Likely story, coward.
All right. We are going to move on to next round where we're going to knock this bracket out tonight. This bracket will be done and we will have a winner for this bracket. Someone's going to the final four tonight. So with that being said, we will bring back our probably the way that it went down maybe should be the number 1 seed, Resident Evil 4. And I purposely did not show you guys the brackets, but we can show it for transparency. But Resident Evil 4 has moved on to face Donkey Kong Country.
See you, Donkey Kong. Bye.
Resident Evil 4.
Nice knowing ya.
Resident Evil 4 wins that. Yeah, that's a Resident Evil.
See you later, Donkey Kong. It was great that you're fucking here when you shouldn't be, but hey, it's all right.
Here we go. It doesn't take away from Donkey Kong, bro, but Resident Evil is a superior.
Oh well, Resident Evil 4 was gonna win this round regardless.
Yeah, it's a superior game.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4.
Superior game. I'm stamping
Donkey
Resident Evil 4.
Kong.
Well, no, I think Dylan, Roz, and Anthony are all Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4 moves on.
Resident Evil 4.
So I don't even have to do anything.
Shout out to my boy
But-
Salazar.
He said Salazar.
Let me just get this graphic up, since that went way faster than I thought it was going to go. All right, so we will move on. Mortal Kombat 2, that was just victorious, versus the. I already know where this is going. Versus the Simpsons.
Mortal Kombat 2. See you later. See you later. Bye.
Oh, really?
This is tough. This is kind of tough.
Wow.
Peace out.
I'm gonna have to give the nod to Mortal Kombat 2 though.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, I have to.
I feel like Anthony's just waiting for what Roz says at this point.
No, I think we're on the same page. It's just it is what it is. These things it's pretty easy. As much as I love The Simpsons, man, it's like Mortal Kombat 2.
We just fucking gassed up Mortal Kombat 2 for it to fucking compete with this Simpsons game. Come on now. Come on now.
Mortal Kombat 2 is another one of those games where it's like it's just goated, bro. Yeah.
So
whoopsie.
I'm also going Mortal Kombat 2.
Jeez, man.
So
Mortal Kombat, man.
All right, clean sweep. See you later, Simpsons.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to calm down. We have to calm down. All right. I'm only one man. All right.
Mike, step it up.
So
What are we doing here?
Resident Evil.
What type of shit are you running over here?
So we have GTA San Andreas versus the original Mortal Kombat.
GTA
San Andreas.
Yeah, GTA San Andreas.
You're getting answers
three.
before you even can drop them.
You know what? Let's just drop the graphic, because clearly there's no need for me to even type anymore.
Typing slow, Mike. Are you typing with one hand?
We're just rapid fire. That's
We're not talking fast. You just listen slow.
Yeah.
So GTA wins. Did that? Oh no. Oh, I thought you were disputing that.
No.
Who, me? No.
No, we all voted for GTA.
Yeah, GTA. That's easy. No offense to
The
Mortal
finals
Kombat.
for this bracket is going to be fun.
Oh, it's going to be
because I already know it's going to be.
It's going to be so tough.
I kind of think I know what it's going to be too, but
hold your horses.
We're not going to waste time here because I know where this is going. Zelda BOTW versus Sonic 3.
Yeah, we can probably get Sonic the fuck out of here now. We can stop acting like it's actually better. So let's go with Zelda, please.
This should have been Breath of the Wild versus Ocarina of Time. Like,
hey, Anthony, I'm telling you right now, I would have been going against Ocarina of Time regardless. So. But Breath of the Wild is my second favorite Zelda game, so I will be going for this over Sonic.
So wait, Sonic 3 is the first time you see Knuckles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's the same Sonic game, just with Knuckles.
No, it's an advanced.
It's a different Sonic game.
It advanced.
It's a better Sonic game.
It advanced.
Most people say it's the best Sonic game.
Well, how much though?
I am not one of those people.
I am not one of those people.
Because
Sonic 2 is
as
the
far
best
as Sonic
Sonic
side
game.
scrollers go, I think Sonic CD is the best.
Sonic CD is a good one.
Sonic CD is a very underrated Sonic game.
Sonic CD is a very underrated. Jeez, man.
But
So,
I can understand why
Sonic and
people would say
Knuckles.
this is the best Sonic side scroller.
I'm going.
It was just a
Sonic 3.
game changer
Stand
because
with that.
we got to see a new character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like it's just a new character was introduced. We were just like, oh, okay. But did it change the game? Like, did it change the dynamic of the game that much?
Not really.
It didn't change the dynamic of the game in the way that Breath of the Wild changing everything about what we knew Zelda to be. So it's a little different.
It's like I know Tails was. I think Tails was in that game.
Tails was in
Tails is
Sonic
also-
2.
Yeah,
Tails
he's
is
also in
Sonic
that
3
game.
also.
and then he was also in
Tails
Sonic
in Sonic
3.
3.
He was
Knuckles is
a
in
little brother
Sonic
player where if you had a second controller you want your little brother wanted to play, he was just
Yeah.
Tails running across the stage.
Yeah.
Not really mattering
Die,
because you
come
focus on
back.
Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If he was
die,
if he
come
was
back.
CPU, he'd just be flying like across
Yeah.
the screen, right?
Yeah, being useless
I
once
think I
you fucking
remember
jump
this
in the
Sonic
water.
game. I think I remember this Sonic game. I think I do. But Breath of the Wild is so good. It's so good. I have the game and I played it and I was like, immediately I was like, oh shit, this is good.
That was a lot of people's
Wild start.
responses.
You're 5 minutes in, you pick up your fucking tablet, and then you look over to the vast land of Hyrule. You're like, okay, this is better than majority of things I played this year. The thing is, Breath of the Wild came out the same time that Horizon Zero Dawn did.
Yeah, I know.
And I stopped playing Horizon Zero Dawn to play Breath of the Wild. Which sucks because Horizon Zero Dawn was easily Game of the Year until that game came out. And it happened twice. Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon comes out right before the Game of the Year comes out.
Anthony, who are you going for in this round?
Breath of the Wild.
Dylan, your Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
James, who are you going for?
James is going Sonic.
Because if James is going Sonic, then this comes down to Rise.
Sounds about right.
And it comes down to Rise.
I love this because either way, my troll gets to move on again, or one of my favorite games gets to move on. So I'm in a win-win situation for pure entertainment standpoint.
All I'm going to say, it wasn't just Sonic with Knuckles in it. They introduced new weapons for Sonic to do.
You also had to take the Sonic 3 cartridge and then put the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
and Knuckles
I
cartridge
this
on
now.
top of that.
Yes, with the little flap. It's a little flap kind of thing. You just like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
I
that was the way you got it.
Fun with that game. Oh man.
Either way, we have a very fun Final Four setup for tonight.
I'm oh my god. I'm going to have to go. Oh, this is crazy because the best Sonic game of all time is crazy.
Well, it's not the best Sonic game of all time. It's the best side scroller because Sonic Adventure is clearly better than Sonic 3.
That was one for GameCube. No, what's that?
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast. That's the best Sonic game ever.
So yeah, Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, I played that game till the Dreamcast was basically broken.
All you had to do was just burn games onto CDs, and you had every game in the library.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have to go Breath of the Wild here.
Yes.
The troll almost made it. The troll almost made it.
Yes.
The Breath of the Wild here because
Anthony almost fell off his seat.
Sonic is not beating two of the best Zelda games ever created. It's gonna have a goddamn meltdown.
Breath of the Wild
Woo!
has to win
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Raz has spoken. Yes.
Only because I don't know how Zelda does it. It's like
Can I change my vote?
It's like every single time. Every single
Just so
time.
Anthony's not happy.
You feel like Zelda's about to they make a string of Zelda games and you're like, they're not as good and they're kind of like good but not overwhelming to where it puts it to another generation. You're like, here it is, Zelda's about to fade away and a whole another generation of players are gonna forget about it.
And then bam.
Breath of the Wild comes out. Bam, Majora's Mask comes out. All these things come out.
Wind Waker comes out, and
The worst
anybody fucking thought.
The worst mainline Zelda game is Skyward Sword.
I can
talk about fucking terrible targeting. We can talk about that game.
The worst game in that series is still better than a lot of games.
That's what I'm saying. That they're good, but then it's like you're like, okay, here we go. Zelda's about to. No one's going to care about Zelda. Then Breath of the Wild comes out. It's got to be Breath of the Wild. I'm sorry.
Well,
guys. It's a really great game.
We are down to the Final Four, and keep that same energy because Zelda does not get a break, does not get a day off. Nope. got the 1, 2, 3, and Mortal Kombat 2's music hits, and here he comes down to the ring. Zelda versus Mortal Kombat 2.
Ooh.
I'm taking Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I'm taking Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Jesus, man.
No surprise there, Dan.
I love Mortal Kombat 2, but what Zelda Breath of the Wild did for Zelda is much more than what Mortal Kombat 2 did for Mortal Kombat.
I don't know about that.
Oh, stop
I don't
it.
know about that.
Stop
I
it.
don't know about that.
We're not going to sit here and say the direct sequel to a first game did more for a series than what Breath of the Wild did. We're not doing
just
that.
a direct sequel, though.
It literally is a direct sequel.
It's not just a direct sequel, though. It's one of the rare sequels of a game that is so much better than the first game that it's like holy crap, what just happened? I.e., since you made a good segue to it, Horizon, the new one, compared to the original Horizon, is night and day. Night and day, right?
Still losing to the game of the year.
Mortal Kombat 2, the jump from Mortal Kombat 2 to 1, like from 1 to 2 is like...
I mean, you don't even have to finish it because you're going to pick Mortal Kombat and these two didn't play the Zelda game, so we're done.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah, Dylan, if you don't convert Raz,
we're not converting Raz, and because I know these two are both not picking Zelda, so
That's
it's
not
fine.
true. That's not true. I'm still thinking about it because Breath of the Wild is...
Well, you're pretty much the deciding vote because I know...
Yeah, you're pretty much the deciding vote.
Breath of the Wild is a crazy game, man. It's the reason why I bought the Switch, to be honest with you. So now it's like... It's legitimately the reason why I bought the Switch, because I played it on a friend's Switch, and I was like, "What? When did they make this Zelda?" He was like, "Yo, like."
Breath of the Wild literally
what?
sold systems. Literally sold systems. People bought the Switch just for Breath of the Wild.
It's the reason
because
why.
What else are you gonna fucking play? 1-2 Switch? The fuck out of here! That game sucked. What was the fucking puzzle game Snippet? What is that? What the fuck was that shit called? You're not playing that dumb shit. Because Odyssey didn't come out until months later.
Dylan, shut up.
You spent $300 on a Switch to play fucking Zelda. Because Zelda's a needle mover.
This is so hard. It's
a goddamn needle mover.
This is so hard.
Stop it.
Mortal Kombat 2 also.
Dylan, you're trying very hard.
I mean, why else would you spend $300?
Dylan, you're still trying pretty hard.
Monetarily speaking, if you were buying the Switch at launch, what were you guaranteed to have bought?
That stupid
It's
puzzle
Zelda.
game you was just talking
It's
about.
Zelda. No, you weren't playing that fucking stupid puzzle game. You were buying fucking Zelda. What fucking Bomberman R? Get the fuck out
Any of those kid pony games that came out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're talking about the fucking DSi. Death taxes Switch and Breath of the Wild. Just like with the Wii U, you got fucking Wii Sports, even though that was free. With the Switch, you bought Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
This is tough. This is tough.
I mean, it's not.
It's tough. Can I hear some convincing arguments from either side? Anything?
I mean, listen, we already spilled it out. The upgrades of the fatalities, the levels in Mortal Kombat 2, fatalities, friendship, all of this being toasty.
Inventory management being...
all I really have to say is toasty. That's really all I have to say.
Rob, think about
inventory management being significantly upgraded, being able to get extra slots in your inventory by getting the Korok seeds.
I can uppercut
all
you one
of
time.
Think about
and
all
a little white man pops on the screen and
those
goes,
intricate
all the puzzles that the dungeons had.
Think about all those massive landscapes.
I got
final boss battle with Ganon.
Yes.
When you're running on the horse shooting the lightning arrows.
Right.
Yes.
The light arrows that Zelda gives you.
Test your might. Come on.
Test your might.
Come on.
Test your might.
Going over to the volcano where the Gorons are, you have to change your outfit to withstand the heat, or else you're going to be on fire.
Unlimited weapon customization.
Breaking the bricks.
And they made up a competition where we could go head to head with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
increasing your stamina to climb mountains.
Then it was the stone. Then it was the
Yo.
emerald. Come on.
Yeah.
You can
Come
literally
on.
climb mountains
Come on.
in
Yo,
Breath
Roz.
of the Wild. Horizon Zero Dawn came out on a PS4, and you could barely hop over a fence that was a foot tall. And in Zelda, you could climb fucking mountains.
How about this? I only got one sound. The sound is probably gonna make my girlfriend laugh or look at me like I'm crazy, but everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about with that sound, and it was introduced in that game.
We want to talk sounds. We could go with the iconic opening of the chest. As you hold up your item that you just found. Who else doesn't want to go and wrangle around horses and name them after the Wu-Tang Clan? Am I the only one?
It's
just me.
The world is crazy in Breath of the Wild. I
The
remember
world
one time.
the crazy thing about Breath of the Wild is the world is empty, but it's so lively.
Yeah, you used to be able to leave the menu of Mortal Kombat, just sit there with the lightning just striking in the background, stuff like that.
Think about the hours you spent traversing
the city
those
with
landscapes.
the cheats that you couldn't get in because you were a man, and you had to disguise yourself as one of them in order to get in.
Mortal Kombat, and how you had to be good because if you lost,
think about all those discoveries you made.
Being able to jump off of a high peak and then pull out your chute
I will
to glide to the next spot.
I was about to say that.
Think about all those recipes.
Taking your shield and riding down the mountains.
Think about
like
the stances.
Snowboard.
The stances of the real characters, like the Jacks, just standing there.
Roz, you know what to do, man.
With the metal arms, just standing there like this.
Going into the forest with the fog to follow the lights to then find the sword of evil's bane to bring into the battle.
Yeah, you remember that. You remember going into that forest. You remember that shit.
The weather is crazy in Zelda too.
The fatality music.
Master sword. The fucking master sword. Mortal Kombat doesn't have that.
Zelda doesn't have fatalities.
Yeah, but you can kill people still.
Not like Mortal Kombat.
And Mortal Kombat doesn't have the exploration or the inventory or the story that Breath of the Wild has.
Mortal Kombat 2 did have a good story.
Not as good as Breath of the Wild.
Remember, you used to be Sub-Zero and you'd be standing there and somebody come running up to you and you just jump back and leave this frozen Sub-Zero there?
All right. I think one of the craziest things that I realized about Breath of the Wild was if you wanted to, which I definitely don't think makes sense, you technically could fight the last boss at the beginning of the game if you got there.
Yeah, you literally could.
With a fucking stick.
And that's kind of crazy. Of course you get wrecked. But even little nuances like that is kind of crazy.
The new enemies that you have to traverse with the fucking the ancient fucking totems that whirl their heads and just will immediately lock on and blast your fucking head off.
The game is beautiful. Like it's going on a hill and looking, you can see I'm like, yo, I didn't even know the Switch had it in it.
Literally 5 minutes into the game, you wake up out of a sleep, you grab your fucking tablet that magically fucking is just in this world, and then you take a step outside, and then it's just all of Hyrule.
Mortal Kombat.
You're silly if you're doing it. What'd you say?
That's correct. That is correct. Your soul
impact. Remember, we went to the box office. Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Your soul is mine.
Mortal Kombat 2 also spawned that last Mortal Kombat movie that was dog shit because they made a new character where they didn't need to, whose power was he wears a fucking shirt. Like,
that
get the fuck out of here.
Has nothing to do with Mortal Kombat 2, though.
It does, because it spawned from that, just like the movie spawned from it.
No, that movie.
And then they changed the story to make sure Liu Kang didn't win the fucking.
I know one thing: you are reaching.
I mean, why am I even having this discussion, Roz? You know exactly what you should be picking. and you're just making it hard for no reason.
Shokan, man, the iconic mask.
Well,
man.
actually, if we want to be for real here, nothing in this round actually matters because neither of these are winning. If we get to San Andreas, nobody's voting for either of these. And like so like this one does, so just pick whatever the fuck you want because it's not going to make it past San Andreas if it gets there.
The gamer in me says Breath of the Wild, but but I know.
Nostalgia's a hell of a drug.
know. It's not nostalgia. It's not nostalgia. It's Mortal Kombat 2 being so much better. It being possibly the best fighting game for that time. And the best game of that. But Breath of the Wild is also that way too. But Breath of the Wild is a really crazy game. If you ever played the other Zeldas, it's hard for you guys to not realize how much of a jump Breath of the Wild was.
Breath of the Wild, fun fact,
great,
10 out of 10
crazy game
on every outlet that reviewed it.
So to be fair, I think one of the places actually voted Breath of the Wild as the best game of all time, which is kind of crazy, but
it's up there for me.
It's there.
It's one of the best.
It's up there. It's definitely up there. Damn, man.
My favorite game is in another.
Why can't I just abstain and then like we just have the viewers like?
Nope.
Fuck it, man. Oh my god. I'm gonna go. Sorry for the delay. I'm gonna go. That's crazy.
Make the decision and commit.
I'm gonna go Mortal Kombat, man.
I knew that was coming. But
Dylan, play a round of applause right here, Dylan.
Boo this man.
But that is Breath of the Wild is like insane game.
Well, at least Breath of the Wild made it farther than Ocarina of Time.
Breath of the Wild is this insane game. I think the reason why I end up going Mortal Kombat is like I can't sit here and tell you that the newest Mortal Kombat is that much better outside of graphics.
And and story.
No, it's just graphics wise.
And storytelling. It's just a tale of the times.
It's graphics. It's all graphics. It doesn't like gameplay wise, it's not that much superior than Mortal Kombat 2.
Smoother, you're able to do more as well. And then you also have X-rays, which
That's what I'm saying. That's graphics. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like if
you could have done X-rays on Mortal Kombat 2.
Like it's not.
It would probably have been easier to do it.
It's not. It's not like it's such a bigger jump. And this is why I struggle, because I felt like Breath of the Wild was such a huge jump from any Zelda game that I've ever seen. It was tough. But Mortal Kombat 2 is just, I think it's just the best Mortal Kombat. That's why.
That's where I'd beg to differ with you, because MK9, anything MK9 and after, what they did for the fighting game genre, as far as being able to tell a story, because you could take graphics completely out of it. You could put PS1 graphics on that fucking game. The story was what drives that.
I don't know. I think they adopted stuff from like Fable and everything like that.
The way they were able to tell the stories that they wanted to tell, narratively, is great. And that's what makes it a great game, and not just a fighting game.
Like, I think also like Injustice had much more of an impact on what Mortal Kombat is today.
Well, Injustice is what it is because of Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah, I get it. Like, but I'm saying like I'm not taking away from the modern day Mortal Kombat. I'm just saying Mortal Kombat 2 is It's genre defining. You know.
And then MK9 comes and changes the genre and puts it on its head because now it's not a fighting game. Now it's a game that has a narrative.
Yeah, but Breath of the Wild isn't genre defining. It's just the best Zelda game.
It's Zelda. It's the best. Yeah.
And it's like the cream of the crop of like the cream of the crop when it comes to
Yes, that's why it's like if this was MK9 versus Breath of the Wild, I'd be like, fuck, I'm probably picking Mortal Kombat because MK9 changed fighting games going forward.
Yeah, I think Mortal Kombat 2 also changed all the fighting games.
They changed them differently.
It's like
Mortal Kombat pushed the envelope. MK9 pushed upon that.
Breath of the Wild.
Our final semifinal. We got to move on, Roz. We got to move on. You made your decision.
Roz takes 20 minutes to pick Mortal Kombat.
Right?
And we got to move on because I feel like this final semifinal will also be very tough. So we got to move it along for a trip to the finals.
Wait, Dylan, why did you say San Andreas was going to be a cakewalk?
There's no way that's going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Well, I said either one of those two games runs into San Andreas. So
Mortal Kombat, but you was over here just automatically assuming.
They're saying because you just put San Andreas in the finals. Like,
because I was like,
I didn't realize this was the matchup right away. I thought there was one more because we still haven't seen the graphics.
No, I'm stamping Resident Evil 4 for this one.
Like, this should be the final.
Seen what?
I'm stamping Resident Evil 4 for this one.
Like, this should be the final. This should have been the
final. My vote is Resident Evil 4.
Brackets.
This should have been the final of this bracket. Like,
well, I stand firm that Mortal Kombat 2 is not beating either one of these.
No, I understand. That's what I'm saying. I wish it was like one of these versus one of them.
Yeah, that's why I didn't realize that we would come to this point so soon. I thought we had one more round before we had this. Because Mike hasn't shown the bracket.
Look at Mike.
Mike hasn't shown the bracket. So.
Look at Mike being controversial.
I think
he did this on purpose. He knew that this was the final bracket, but he was like, "What? We still got
Resident
two
Evil
guys."
4 is a better game, but I think GTA was more important for when it came out.
Both games were extremely important.
Resident Evil 4, I could.
That literally took Resident Evil in another direction.
It took Resident Evil more into the action genre from just like the horror that it was. But I don't think the world stopped. I could be very wrong here. I know gamers stopped what they were doing to play Resident Evil 4. Everybody stopped what they're doing to play San Andreas.
No, everybody stopped playing what they were doing for Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Everybody stopped.
What I know
that game saved the GameCube, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%, because GameCube sucked.
The GameCube, well, it had some games.
It's that, it was Mario Kart Double Dash, and it was Super Smash Bros. Melee.
There was a wrestling game.
Are we going to forget about Metroid Prime?
Metroid Prime.
No, I understand that as well. Yeah. But, like, other than that, the game sucked on the fucking GameCube.
Resident Evil 4 turned the gaming community on its head.
Yes, it did. Yeah. It turned the survival horror genre on its head.
The survival horror genre would be nowhere close. Because people say all they want about Resident Evil 1 and 2, and yeah, I get it. They were great, and Resident Evil 2 is my personal favorite. But Resident Evil 4 is why there's even action in any survival gameplay. Because a lot of people shied away from it because it was like, oh, it's puzzles and, like scarcity of like ammo and it was more like jump scares and, like we don't want it, whatever. Resident Evil 4 was like World War Z, the movie, and The Walking Dead is right now, where it's like, yo, like we can do some crazy action movie level stuff in a horror, in a survival horror, like, you know what I'm saying? Like quick time events. It was crazy. It was nuts. This is a lot harder. This is hard as hell for me right now. San Andreas.
Here comes another 25 minutes.
You gotta be. Y'all don't understand the gravity of this choice.
I'm gonna sit here right now and say I'm gonna be the last person to answer.
This is crazy right
Oh,
now. It's crazy.
Does anyone have their stamp already?
Resident Evil 4.
Okay. I know Dylan is waiting. Roz is thinking. James, have you stamped already, or you're still debating?
hey,
Still debating.
First black
Well,
protagonist in a
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto
I'm going to
game.
let you know that I'm
Jeez.
stamping Grand Theft Auto in this round.
Yeah.
I'm
I
stamping
understand.
Grand Theft
I
Auto.
understand.
Now you understand why I want
the
to pick
argument.
last. Because I feel like I know where the Blackmans are.
I will
Dude,
say that I do think
you're gonna need a lot of patience to pick
is a
last.
better game.
I know,
do
right?
think Resident Evil 4 is a better game.
Roz is gonna die on the hill of outlasting me to be the last person to pick.
We're gonna be here till like 1:45.
Resident Evil 4 I think, is a slightly better game, but the impact that Grand Theft Auto has on the culture puts it over the top for me. And the fact that I feel it's more of a crossover game than Resident Evil 4. I think Resident Evil 4's demographic is more predominantly male. I know tons of girls that
Wait, no,
play
but I know a lot of
Grand Theft
females
Auto.
who love Resident Evil.
I know some, but I feel like Grand Theft Auto. I know more girls that know Grand Theft Auto than know Resident Evil.
Yeah, no, that I agree with. That I agree with.
Which goes back to my original point where I was like, everybody, not just like a demographic, everybody stopped what they were doing to play San Andreas.
Yeah, but that's also like Grand Theft Auto 3 is the one that really, and Vice City is the one that really is the ones that get it going. Really.
Yeah.
You know, like Rockstar, what they did with San Andreas is they
perfected that. They perfected
it, and they had representation. That was the thing where it was like, you know, it's like you said, it's the culture, it's a culture aspect of it.
But then again, if you go to Resident Evil 4, you probably don't have Dead Space. You probably, like, there's a lot of these games that have come out that are just like,
because you don't have San Andreas without GTA 3 or Vice City.
GTA 3.
Well, I'm just saying those are within the same series,
family,
and the same developer.
Yeah.
Without Resident Evil 4, you don't have EA coming out and making Dead Space. You don't have these other survival horror games. You don't have the Evil Dead. You don't have.
I would agree.
No. I mean the
Evil Within.
Evil Within.
Even like Bioshock to an extent, but like you don't. There's a lot of games that Resident Evil 4 influenced, where GTA kind of really only influences itself for its next iteration.
That's a good argument. That is true. I would agree with that.
Joe, this is crazy.
Dylan, just listen, you're not going to outbeat Raz. I'm just
But I already know what Dylan's going to pick anyway. So,
do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
Do you? Yeah. Or maybe I want to go last so I can flip the table.
Nah.
Oh boy.
I think you're more sensible than that.
No, I'm going Resident Evil.
No way.
Yeah, I'm going Resident Evil.
Why would you guys do that?
Impact on the genre, I think, is where I'm going with it. Because I'm not going to... If I go gameplay-wise, Resident Evil is a better game than San Andreas. If I go culture-wise, San Andreas was more important for the culture at the time. But then you go down the road and you go Impact. What has impacted their genre more? And Resident Evil 4
has impacted a lot of stuff. I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna give my own Kanye interrupting Taylor Swift.
So, I think what Resident Evil 4 did for survival horror as a genre is more important than what San Andreas did for open world.
I mean, let's be honest. What did San Andreas do for games outside of the GTA universe?
Outside of Rockstar.
Yeah, outside of Rockstar. What, Saints Row?
Because you have the Red Dead Redemptions.
Rockstar becomes goated at that point.
Yeah, so and then you have Saints Row, but Saints Row ended up doing its own thing. After it dropped being like the gang game, it turned into this super weird game.
Yeah.
Without Grand Theft Auto and its customizability, if that's even a word or anything like that, you don't get today's 2K world.
Wait, what'd you say?
Without Grand Theft Auto's open world and customability and all that stuff, like being able to customize things, you don't get today's 2K world. If you think about it, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Isn't GTA isn't Rockstar owned by Take-Two Interactive?
Is it? I think Take-Two got bought out, did it not?
Yeah. Take-Two Interactive, I think, owns Rockstar. Or I could be wrong.
No.
Okay.
No. I don't think so.
Like it's GTA 3 is like the highest rated GTA though.
Take-Two Interactive owns Rockstar and 2K, so it's the same.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And GTA 5 is up there too. So it's like
what else do they own? I mean, I don't get the comparison because it's the same company.
The publisher. So my main thing was with GTA only influences itself, right? And if
what other games came out? Because that would be my argument. Because
Mafia.
If you just want to, okay, what I'm saying is if you stay surface level by just saying, oh, because it's owned by the same company, it's a coincidence that they use the same method and they create that. But I think that because it was so popular and how you was able to customize yourself and everything like that, that it led to where we are to now.
It's I'm gonna go for the culture of it, yo, GTA San Andreas is my favorite GTA. Then Vice City, and then 5, and then the last one is pretty cool too. But like right, the last one where you like switch between like 3 characters, correct?
The Last of Us?
No, the last GTA.
Oh yeah. GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA
game
5.
That's been out for over a decade and they re-released on
GTA,
like
GTA
4 different
5.
consoles.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, like GTA 5.
Money.
So yeah, and the order for me is San Andreas, Vice City, and then GTA 5. So I mean, I have to go Resident Evil 4, man. Resident Evil 4, and it's crazy because the gaming world was completely caught off guard by Resident Evil 4. It was such a great game that people didn't even pay attention. They didn't even pay attention so much to the fact that it was released. It was once everybody played it that everyone was like, holy crap, I might have just played the best game in my entire life. And then that's when stuff started rolling through. And I distinctly remember watching someone like play it and they were just like, yo, I can finally play a Resident Evil game. It was like now Resident Evil can be played by the masses. It was the first
it's hard to get into. The first couple
Resident
games are hard
Evil
to like get into if you haven't played them or
masses.
like you're not into it because it's way easier to get in as an action survival game where you probably don't have a game like The Last of Us without Resident Evil 4.
That's absolutely correct.
Oh yeah.
And The Last of Us is one of those games that's like one of the best games of a generation.
That's absolutely correct.
Of all time.
And remember, quick time events were only for like shooters at that time.
Mm-hmm. So and then you see quick time events in a game like God of War.
And God of War.
Led down the road.
Resident Evil 4 is a behemoth, man. It's like it's the inventory system. It's the characters. You probably don't have really a better like mini boss / like storyline with Salazar and his right hand and his left hand. Sadler's there. You have Krauser.
Jack Krauser.
Krauser's there. Like you have fan favorites like Ada comes back from Resident Evil 2. Like I mean, I can't explain for the first time, right? When I played San Andreas, I was like, yo, this is crazy, this is cool. Like I was really like, you know what, like I'm a black dude, this is fire. When I played Resident Evil 4 for the first time, the whole village is dark and you're walking and you get attacked by a village of people. That is terrifying.
When you're in that house, it's you and Luis, and y'all have to like fend off all these people coming at you. You gotta go up and down between the lower levels,
ladders on top.
Yeah, ladders on top. You got the flaggers just bursting out their damn head and shit. Like,
nah, Resident Evil 4 is, and the controls were perfect. Finally, it's the perfect controls.
I mean, you could have aimed while moving, but I mean, it was still perfect.
It's still perfect because listen, like they
not being able to aim while moving, Z targeting, same thing.
Shut up.
They use the same basis for Resident Evil 2. Like Resident Evil 4 is going to win this one, but it's not the greatest Resident Evil right now until the remake comes out. I'll hurl that reservation until the remake comes out, but I have to go Resident Evil 4.
That remake is automatic pre-order for me.
Resident Evil 2 remake is the best Resident Evil that's ever been done.
I'm a pussy, so I don't play these
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's the greatest.
It's up there. I would put it at number 2.
Resident Evil.
But I wouldn't put it over.
It's over 4 until 4's remake comes out.
I don't like survival horror games because they're scary.
It's the most terrifying Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2.
But I'm not going to complain about it because Resident Evil 2 remake was just on.
Will I play it? No.
Dylan, you got to get over that fear and play that game.
It's a perfect score. It's a perfect score.
It's a perfect score. When you're in that police,
told I need to do things. I don't do it all the time.
When you're in that, dude, Resident Evil 2 is only one way to describe it. It's a fucking vibe, dude.
You'll fucking shit your pants.
I don't want it. That's exactly what I don't want to do.
Resident Evil 2 and that police precinct and going.
Yes. I literally won't play the game because I don't want to be scared.
Just play it with the lights on. In the afternoon. Don't play it at night. You'll be.
I work at a bank.
On your day off.
Afternoon.
91%.
On your day
I have
off.
a family. I can't. We're out during the day.
It's a movie. It's a movie, literally. 91%.
It literally is a movie.
I don't watch movies.
On Metacritic. 91% on Metacritic. It's almost close.
No, Resident Evil 2 remake. I love that game so much. And then
that game I'd have to play on stream because I need other people there to watch because I'm a fucking.
It'll make you uncomfortable watching it there too.
Yeah, I don't want to.
We're moving on.
I need people. People need to watch you play it and send me money as tips, so I can keep playing it. So I'm not just real quick to turn that shit off. That's why I stopped playing Dead Space like 4 hours straight. I was like, nope, nope.
The graphics, everything.
So, are we in agreement? What are we doing?
It's Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
Ross thought I was going to San Andreas.
That sets up Dylan's final round where he says, "We're just here. This is just. We're just here.
We're here so we don't get fined."
In a battle, according to Dylan. But our final for this bracket.
Chance. I know Mortal Kombat's going to get 2 votes here, but it's not going to get 3.
Resident Evil 4 versus Mortal Kombat 2.
RE4, baby.
This would be an upset of epic proportion.
It won't happen.
It would be a shame if I decided to vote for Mortal Kombat. No, Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4. It's definitely 4.
If I was going to pick any game over Resident Evil 4, it's not going to be Mortal Kombat 2. I'll tell you that much.
That's how the bracket fell. And we have our winner for this bracket in tonight's episode. Resident Evil 4 is in the final 4. I don't know who they're facing yet because we need to do other episodes.
Congratulations, Capcom. You're in the final 4.
Another goated company, man. they keep finding a way to do just enough to stay around. Good job.
Give me more Devil May Cry, Capcom.
Nah, Capcom made a huge comeback. Resident Evil 7 was amazing. I mean, Resident Evil 8 was amazing.
Give me more Mega Man, Capcom.
Yo,
I
8,
really want
I
to
have
Devil
8 and I
May
haven't
Cry
played it,
on
but
this
it's
list.
good.
You haven't played 8 yet?
No, I haven't, but I haven't played it yet. But I heard it heard it's amazing.
It's fucking amazing. You got to get
Can't
on
wait for
it.
the Mega Man Battle Network collection to come out on Switch next year. Can't wait.
Super fighting robot.
Don't roll your eyes, salty boy.
You've ruined Mega Man for me. You've completely ruined him.
Sucks. Mega Man's awesome.
Damn, both Metal Gear Solids didn't make it past.
Despicable.
I've gotten Metal Gear Solid 2 and Ocarina of Time properly the fuck out of here.
That Zelda loss is crazy though.
I know. I'm just removing that from my head.
It started
Ocarina
off with me
of Time
picking
is
Ocarina of Time, and then it
wild
slowly
loss.
turned into me saying, fuck that game.
I'm trying to think about what do the other brackets look like right now, because I can't even remember.
There's one bracket that's quite crazy.
Don't we have ties and other? We still have unresolved
We still have
ties,
ties, but we have to go through and remember which ones have ties.
We'll go back. We'll get the ties for when we do the next one of this. There's actually only one bracket that we haven't started yet, and that bracket is going to be fun
it's
too.
The bottom right.
That
right?
bracket, huh?
It's the bottom right.
Can you pop it up on the screen real quick?
Yes. Let me see if I have it solo because it won't come out as clear.
Dylan, what I will say is
clear, but I can put it up.
You have to play Resident Evil 2. Only because it's like
you got to play it, man.
It's the I know like what's in The Last of Us and everything they do very well with like the clickers and everything like that, but the best looking zombies. You feel like you're in a movie. You feel like every time you're barely just scraping by.
And their movements are so much more more genuine. Like even when they're on the ground, they can still grab you.
Yo, it's crazy.
I'll play that game if y'all can guarantee me viewers on fucking Twitch. That's when I'll play that.
I'll give you a view. I'll give you a view.
And get me enough. I'll
give you a view.
Because then when I start getting tips and people tip me to play the game, it'll make it worth it so I don't shit myself constantly. But that'll be when I get out of this fucking.
No, I don't think you're gonna shit yourself. I just think it's gonna give you like
who I am.
It's gonna be creepy. Like
you don't
it's
know.
It's gonna be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's not one of those jump out scares, but it's just more of a creepy environment.
Yeah,
it's like a really creepy environment.
It's a horror movie. You're in a horror movie. You're in a horror movie.
You never knew me.
You never knew me. You don't know how much I don't like scary things.
It's a horror movie. It's like literally being translated into a horror movie, and you're like,
so why did you try Dead Space then?
Dead Space is amazing. That's one of my favorite games of all time.
Dead Space is awesome. So awesome. I couldn't continue.
The Calypso
I got
Project.
I don't know if you'll be able to.
I got sick and tired of the fucking aliens.
Oh, I see.
Okay, I can see that.
Oh man, that first one is.
That's God of
War versus Heavy Rain.
Yeah. God of War.
Yes.
Mass Effect 2, Fallout 3.
I have my idea how this is going to go, and I have my idea what the final is going to be too.
I also do.
I think so too.
There's a hill I'm going to die on.
And there's
just
a few
so
hills.
You know.
There's a few hills.
That at the bottom, MVC2 is Marvel versus Capcom 2.
Yo, okay.
I definitely know one.
A ride.
I definitely know one game on here that's getting absolutely fucked up.
Wow. Anthony's already planning on games already.
No, I'm gonna save the suspense, but there's one game that's just getting packed up like no one's good.
Oh, instantly! I think I know exactly what game you're talking about.
There's 2 games that are getting packed up. What do you think it is?
Whoa, all right, that's too much. That's too much information.
Maybe 3 games get packed up. 3 games get packed up though.
Let's see.
That should get packed up very quickly.
Fun fact: my favorite game of all time is in that bracket.
Oh, we got that. Tell us who it is because he already knows he's got
enough?
Enemies out here.
Is that enough though?
The problem is
that enough?
It's going to be very hard for anybody to go against this game because of how fucking great it is.
One of those games I see there is like if it loses, I'd be extremely surprised. Extremely surprised.
2 of my favorite games of all time are on this list.
There's two games. There's 2 games I look at that and I'm like, so one of my favorite games of all time is on there too. And
I know which one that game is.
And there's 2
I know one of them.
There's 2. In fact, I'm lying. There's 3 games that are in my top 10 that are in those things that are on this bracket.
I know what game Roz's game is.
So it's like trying to
one
even
of my
like,
favorite games is up there.
That's crazy. I see 3.
2 of my favorite games are up there.
There's one of those where it's like it's great, but it depends because it's not the best in the series.
Mike, have you done your homework and played that first game on this list? Because you were supposed to have started.
Wait, which God of War are we talking about? We talking about
2018.
Oh, 2018. Okay, all right.
Wait, the PS4 one?
Yes.
Yeah, the PS4 one.
Oh,
yes.
That makes it different then.
That makes a complete difference.
That's why I said. There's a one game up there that it depends. It depends on which one we're talking about.
Yeah, we're doing that one because I had never played God of War, so I had to do some homework and play that. And I am playing it right now.
This interesting. Now this makes this very interesting.
Yes, it does because I will not lie. I do like it.
4 games in my top 10. 4 top 10 in Roz's top 10. 4 out of 10 is on this.
Yeah, Mike, you gonna love that God of War, man. It's long as hell too.
Yeah, three of my 10
it feels like I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah, it's long as you're gonna be surprised how long that game is.
But it's so good.
It's so good though.
It's so far.
The only game that I've still played that doesn't have a cutscene and is still one single motion. Cutscenes and gameplay are the same. The only game, which is crazy because technology is the same and everybody has access to every fucking thing now, and no other games are doing this. I thought Horizon would be right up there doing that shit. Horizon didn't do that shit. Why is PS4 God of War still the only game that I've fucking played that is just one continuous scene?
They make it smooth. It's happening behind the scenes.
Santa Monica, man.
It's not the only game.
Boy.
That's as smooth as God of War?
Boy.
In one sequence that doesn't have a cutscene.
Boy.
Yep.
What game are you talking about then?
It is called... I'll tell you right now.
I see toss-ups in every single round except
I see toss-ups too. There's literally I see one. There's really only two, maybe 3 games I would die on that hill for.
I see about 3 or 4 I would die on the hill for.
I see a clear path to victory.
I see.
Wait, which one? What's
one of my games though?
When you say Mario World 64, you're talking about Super Mario 64, right?
Absolutely, that is Mario 64.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I forgot that was there. I couldn't even read that for a second. Holy shit,
man!
I forgot that shit was there.
There is one game I'm sitting there.
Yeah, there's 2 games up there in my top 10.
There's a few second round ones that are gonna be absolute dog fights.
I think the second round of this bracket is gonna be all hell is gonna break loose.
Dog fights.
I think all hell is gonna break loose in the first round.
There's a few that it might happen. There's some dog fights in here. There's some real dog fights in this. I guarantee.
I see a clear path to victory.
Well, make sure you guys at home.
As long as nobody catches on, I see a clear path to victory.
I have a feeling that I know what game you're trying to die on.
Oh, we're gonna find out. I feel like these hills are gonna. It's gonna be fun. I feel like we probably should have did that bracket tonight, but I wanted to get a warm up with this one, just so everyone has a taste.
This was fun. This was.
I'm prepared to fight.
It's going down. That bracket is nothing but fireworks.
It's a lot of fireworks.
I'm just wondering how.
Good.
No, I'm just wondering how Call of Duty didn't make any of those.
Yeah, I was thinking about Modern Warfare for a second.
Call of Duty's in the top right bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, did that game get eliminated?
The majority of the shooters are in the top right bracket.
Oh, okay.
And Call of Duty advanced, if I'm not
mistaken. Yeah, because Call of Duty got matched up against Fortnite.
Yeah. That was hilarious. We got
I definitely finagled that.
Dylan was ready to quit the show. Dylan put his whole contract on the line.
Fun fact: Jaden and I have been playing Fortnite a ton recently, getting a bunch of dubs. Me, Jaden, my brother, out here just getting dubs.
Did they release the John Cena DLC yet?
Yeah, I have it. I bought it. I bought the battle pass, and it gave me 1,000 points. So now I bought John Cena. So yes, I have John Cena.
Shout out to John Cena, 20 years in the business.
Word life.
And Randy Orton. I believe Randy Orton was 20 years in the business too as well.
Can't fucking see me.
Cena, Orton, and Rey Mysterio.
Oh yeah, Rey Mysterio as well.
All hit 20.
I think that's just the best. Him wrestling with his son, like they're a tag team. Like
yeah, his son sucks.
No one likes his son. I don't understand it.
I don't know. I disagree. Like I don't think he's the greatest wrestler, but I like.
He should not be on Raw.
Huh?
He should be in NXT learning how to fucking wrestle.
Speaking of sons,
let him go under his father's wing and like have him coach him up. You know, it takes time, man.
Speaking of sons, shout out to my man Hook playing the Chairman's Intent. Shout out to NYC Action Bronson. I still want to see
that being his entrance theme is still
fire.
It's so fire. It's so fire.
I need for a pay-per-view that he has in New York for Action Bronson to come out and perform the Chairman's Intent. The whole place will get shut down. That's all I want to see is him do that live. Him come out to the Chairman's Intent.
Love Action Bronson.
I love that album.
Love that Action Bronson lost a lot of weight too and looks great.
I think he's underrated, man.
Action Bronson's super underrated.
Yeah, Blue Chips and Blue Chips too. Like those used to go.
He's talented. Yeah, he's talented.
Yeah,
Blue Chips, baby.
Super underrated.
He's very underrated.
We have hit that threshold. We are up against the clock.
There we go. Take control.
I hit this graphic. I don't know if you guys can see the graphic. I can't see the graphic. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. And yeah, we're gonna hit these goodbyes. We're gonna jump right into it. Anthony, go ahead and shout out.
This was definitely nice after. What was that? It was definitely nice to get back to this. Definitely nice to get back to this. This is great to be back on here, giving y'all more of what y'all love. Hey, I am clearly not happy about Ocarina of Time's exit, but we still have a great contender in Resident Evil 4, so I'm not all the way sad. Just still a little bit. Fuck you, Dylan. But yeah, like and subscribe. Instagram, Facebook, everywhere, man. And we will see y'all next week or next pod.
Yes, this is
everybody. Welcome back. This is season 2. This is the new.
We haven't technically hit season 2 yet.
We haven't season 2 yet. All right,
this is like season 1.5. We're in like 1.5 right now.
Season 1.5. Cut that, Mike. Season 1.5. Season 1.5. We're queuing up, right, for the new world order. But definitely subscribe, definitely like, definitely comment. Thank you so much for all the time listening to us and tuning in. We love to hear your comments. Please comment when you get a chance. Just stay tuned for more, and we're just very lucky and very, very happy to have you tuning in to us. Thank you so much.
Breezy, you awake over there?
Awake. I'm playing 2K, man. But this has been fun. I'm glad I was able to ruffle some feathers. I'm glad I was able to create controversy in these picks here. Dylan, you never got your chance to be last.
Roz's fault.
But yeah, man, this is fun, man. I'm looking forward to the other quadrants, and I think it's only gonna get better from this point. So let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. Okay, you're not dropping the socials. Okay, podcast Poppy.
Nah, man.
My closet is a goddamn sauna, and I am fucking drenched in sweat. You see this shit? I can't wait to get out of this fucking prison of a house and move back into my fucking house. God damn it. A couple more weeks. But appreciate you fellas. This is much needed after some time off. I always enjoy shooting the shit and fulfilling prophecies and being the bad guy and embracing the villain. Anthony, don't worry. We're not done, Anthony.
Yes, the fuck we are.
There's still more to come, Anthony. I guarantee it. But _ podcast Poppy _ on all social media platforms. I have TikToks and stuff now that get a couple, like 1,000 views, which is pretty sick. I'm out here getting TikTok famous. Yeah. Podcast Poppy _ podcast Poppy _ on all social media platforms. Mike, send me the barbershop videos.
Oh my god!
It'll take 8 years to upload, but yeah, we'll try to do that. We'll try to do that tonight.
Just waiting for that to happen so I can get my memory card back. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for watching this. Like I said, it's a Chalk Talk season 1.5. Our season 2 premiere is coming. I don't know when you're going to see this, but season 2 live on Twitch and YouTube August 23rd, 9 o'clock. Be there, come in the comments. We will be having a good time that night. Follow me on the socials, IAM_MBJ on all of the social platforms. Shout out to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Audible, iHeartRadio, Stitcher. We're on all of it. Wherever you get your podcasts, that's where we are. And yeah, season 2's coming. We still got another quadrant to go. And this video game, this is just getting fun. This is just getting started. We got content coming. Stay tuned. You will see Anthony eating a medium rare steak soon.
Can't wait. Shout out to the Speak On It podcast chat fucking weight loss challenge that Anthony is clearly losing.
I haven't even started yet, and Anthony's already losing. He's
over here talking to us every day about how he's intermittent fasting and eating right. Yeah, you've been real quiet in the chat, boy.
I have been intermittent fasting every day.
And then you break your fast with dog shit.
I'm not breaking my fast with dog shit.
What'd you eat today, Anthony?
I made burgers.
That's not bad. Are they real burgers, or did you get like the processed, like frozen burgers?
Nope.
McDonald's.
Smash burger.
No cheese, spinach, tomatoes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I favorited some air fryer recipes on TikTok that I found to send to you.
Oh, please send them my way, please.
So you could eat fucking better. And teach someone.
I moved up to a D+ rating in my cooking skills.
Drink your water.
Drink your diet iced tea.
This is my second one of these today, Anthony.
Yeah, we're going to be on it. You guys join us on this journey, because I think you actually will be able to see, since we'll be on every week, you'll be able to see us transforming, because we all have a goal. I know Anthony's got his own goals. Dylan, I think, is being a great friend and just doing this with us. Me and Roz and James have a date that we have to get to. I got to trim some pounds to get to this weight in December. So
I'm motivated.
Yeah,
I'm 17 pounds down because I was the heaviest I ever was. So
I got a big number I got to get by December.
You know what's crazy? Like with this intermittent fasting, like the first 3 days, I fucking hated that shit. And now it's like I actually prefer it because like I don't have to worry about breakfast. Like it's as weird as it sounds. Like it's like I wake up and I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about what to eat in the morning.
Yeah, well, breakfast for you is your worst meal because you eat 40 pancakes a day. So it's probably best you don't eat breakfast. Because that's not the best. All those pancakes just retain waters, be sitting in you no matter how fucking hard you work it out. Pancakes are the devil.
Anthony, listen. Don't listen to Dylan. talk shit about you like that. But what I do have to say is that stress is another weight compiler. So if you can try to alleviate stress from your life as much as possible, it'll help you with your weight loss as well. So I know
That's what you got us
Yeah.
for,
yeah.
to help you communicate through it,
Ugh.
and we got you.
I need
I
stress
told you
pills or
that.
something.
I
need
told you
stress
that we
pills.
got you. Ooh. We're gonna keep
Mm.
supporting.
Ugh.
Like I said, I got a bunch of recipes that I favorited for you, so you can
Yes, please
be a
send,
better
send me
cook
the recipes.
and eat better, and then stop eating like shit.
Nah,
If you are gonna eat like shit in moderation.
I've been eating a lot better. I'm like 6 days straight now, no bullshit.
Because even I eat like shit. I ate D'Amato seafood the other day for lunch, and then I went and I worked out for an hour and burned 1,000 calories.
Stack the
then-
days, man. Stack the days. man.
Moderation.
Stack the days.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Stay tuned. Follow us. We got a new exit. We're gonna exit the show just to start the show.